From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey, I'm Shawn Mendes.
This is Selena Gomez.
Drizzy Drake.
Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
Camila Cabello.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Right here. Turn up.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
I can feel
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I just Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
$20,000. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mocha. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good, good.
All right. Kyle said this for us, Roz.
Okay.
Been binging the podcast and hearing all that food Roz has been making and eating lately since working from home. Tacos and pizzas and chips and wings and so much food.
Brother.
I know everyone's checking in on his cholesterol, but has anyone asked the hard-hitting question?
Oh.
Is he still getting into them toit pants? Or has he had to let them out yet?
It's a struggle, man. Did you let him out yet or no?
No, I'll tell you something, brother, is that my pants, all my tightest pants are also super stretchy, right? So I got that going for me. But I will say this, what has started to happen is that sometimes, depending on how long I have to sit for and what I'm doing, the top of my belt has now started to dig into the little bit of overhang that I have.
No.
Over top,
It's
you get the mark
on you.
Yeah. And then I'm like, God, what is that pain? Like, I thought it was like some sort of internal thing, and I'm like, no, it's fat.
Oh, dude.
No. So I haven't gained a lot of weight. I don't think. I feel that I'm just like everything is just sort of relaxing, if that makes sense.
Those stretchy pants are going to start looking good real quick,
right? You know. And I walked by. I was standing. Where was I? Oh, here we go. I was waiting in line in front of the LCBO.
Yeah.
And the LCBO has that sort of dark gray glass, right? That's very reflective, and you can see yourself when you walk by. And I was looking at my ass.
Okay.
Right? And shut up. And I don't know. You don't even know what I'm going to say. I could have said it looked perfect and I had a great day. That's not what I was going to say. And I was looking at my ass and I thought that maybe it had gotten bigger, right? And I was like, do you know when your ass gets bigger, or does it just get bigger and then one day
it just gets bigger?
It just does, right? Like, because I don't know. I wouldn't know how to tell. So as far as my cholesterol goes, I went to the doctor right before. I had a full physical done right before coronavirus happened, and I checked out on all of them, except for my body fat was a little too high, which is weird because I'm like sort of skinny. I have like spindly little arms and legs, but everything else on me is apparently full of fat.
Like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm going like, what do I have fat armpits, right? Like, where's all the body fat, right? Like, I don't have a fat neck.
No, you don't.
I don't have fat arms. My legs are still skinny.
So it's in the booty.
I don't know. It might be. I think it's.
So you're like a chicken from all those chicken wings.
Yes, bro. Yes. But my thing with chicken wings is this, and I had the conversation with Catherine not that long ago, where for some reason people look down on chicken wings as if it's just it's like some sort of treat, like some sort of gluttonous indulgence that is sort of saved for an every now and then. But like, I'm not deep frying chicken wings at home. Like, I cooked them in the oven.
Yeah.
And so if I went home every night and I ate roast chicken, nobody would go, oh God, chicken again? You know what I mean? But like, when I cook wings, Catherine's like, really? That's like 5 nights this week. And I'm like, what do you care? It's roast chicken.
Also, stop keeping a tally.
Right, I know.
My food.
Oh God. Oh, you're not going to believe what I woke up to this morning.
What?
Oh God. So she had to go into the storage room yesterday where I keep all the coronavirus supplies. I built a giant pantry downstairs. I cleared out half our storage room, built a pantry. And whenever I go to the liquor store, I just, that's where I drop everything off if I buy extra, and then I bring it all back up. But I'm the type of guy where I go down to the storage room and then I just bring up like a couple of cans and load them in the fridge. Once the case is empty, The cider case is empty. I just throw it off to the side. And so this morning I'm leaving for work, and right in front of the front door for me to bring out were 5 empty cases stacked.
In your face. Don't forget these.
Yeah. But anyway, to answer your question, I'm perfect.
Well, we already all knew that. Like, geez.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, you
that's
keep
awesome.
safe, brother.
Take care,
Thank you
guys.
so much for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Awesome, guys. Have a good day.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Believe it or not, Busta Rhymes celebrates his 48th birthday today.
Oh, wow. You know, I thought Busta might be a little bit older than that, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was way younger.
Yeah.
It's also Cher's birthday, let's not forget.
All right, how old is Cher? Like 100.
76.
76.
She's 76?
Do you know what her birthday wish was? That she could turn back time. That would have been funnier if I didn't stumble on the words.
You think? Cher's 74, by the way, more. Huge fan.
So the reason why I bring up Busta Rhymes and his birthday, first of all, happy birthday, Busta Rhymes.
Yes.
But he's known as one of the greatest speed rappers of all time, much like Eminem.
Yep.
Where he can rap normal and then switch it over and do super, super fast.
Okay.
Right? Couple of examples for you.
Now look, everybody know that when I step up in the building and I'm doing what I'm doing, I be cutting up the block, coming up and killing them, and picking up the building, get it to the bar, buy a couple bottles of Ciroc, bottles of the Tron, bottles of the Grand Marnier, couple bottles of the Yak, bottles of the
Right.
Rosé, throw another couple shots back.
That was on a Trey Songz song.
Wow.
Song.
Here we go now. Tell me what you really want to do.
There's another song he has called Break Your Neck.
You look like you can really give it to it. Don't know when you're talking, the way you try to walk for me, the way you really try to put it on the guard. Doing it like I never did before for me, the way you break your back and I break your neck, and the way you try to put it on
If you slow that down, can you actually hear the words?
He's fairly, he's actually surprisingly articulate for speaking that fast. Where there's not a lot of, like every word is separated.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of run-ons.
He does I think it was 9 syllables a second.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, baby, what a surprise. Give you something make it like a rose over your eyes. All my people getting money capitalized.
So in celebration about, I was reading this about his birthday, and then I started going through a couple of his tracks this morning before we started the show. And then this one came up because it went viral for a hot minute because regular people were trying to do the rhyme, which is Busta's verse from the Chris Brown Look at Me Now song. This one.
Let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away. Better know that I don't and I won't ever stop. Cause you know I gotta win every day. Go! See, they really wanna pop me. Just know that
But you can still understand what he's saying.
I know that I gotta be a little cocky.
And then this part kicks
Every
in.
time I come, gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it, then I gotta blow, and then I gotta shut it. Any little thing and think that he be doing, cause it doesn't matter, cause I'm gonna dead it, then I'm gonna murder everything.
And then I started going through all the normal people trying to do that verse.
Okay.
You can kind of hear this girl.
Just know that you never stop me. And I know that I could be a little cocky. You never gonna stop me. Every time I come, you gotta sit it, then I gotta
Right?
go, and then I gotta
Yeah.
get it.
So I'm listening to all this stuff this morning, and that Chris Brown Busta Rhymes part, or that Busta Rhymes part in the Chris Brown song, Maury was in the other room kind of flexing oh, that's easy.
Well, I mean, all you gotta go is.
So I was like,
You're not wrong.
so I was like, okay, tough guy, here
Yeah.
are the lyrics.
Yeah.
But he printed them for me.
That's a lot of words for a very little amount of time.
I assure you that I'll be able to get through the whole thing.
Okay. Now, are you just
Look, I
doing
just
this?
said that fast. I'll assure you that I'll be able to do the whole thing.
Okay. Well, listen, man.
All right, here we go, Porky Pig.
Like right now?
Okay, so you were supposed to start when the beat kicked in.
How the hell would I know? Okay. Let's go, because I feel I'm running. I gotta go away. Better know I gotta do it. Won't ever stop, because I gotta go every day. So you don't know you're doing bump and blow.
But you're not saying words. You're not saying words. Stop. Stop. You're not saying words.
But I'm doing what he did.
No, just do before you work on the speed, right? Let's see how fast you can go with actually saying the words.
Let's go, because I feel like I'm running,
wait for the
and I
beat.
feel like
Wait
I'm
for the beat. Wait for the beat.
Oh, I thought you wanted to just read it.
No, man.
And And now.
Let's go, because I feel like I'm running, and I feel like I'm going to go away. Better know when to stop.
Nope, stop. Going too fast. You're going too fast. Just read the words.
But you want me to wait for the beat.
No, I know. Just that's when you're going to start, right? But just
so
make
then don't worry. And then at that point, don't worry about the beat.
Have you ever worried about the beat? You've sang on the show 1,000 times. Have you ever worried about the beat? Okay, so what I'm saying is just concentrate first on just reading all of the words, okay?
I'm going to use my finger.
Okay, do you want like a pencil to hold underneath every line like we give to 5-year-olds or no?
Yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go, because I feel like I'm running, and I feel like I'm gotta go. Get away. Better know when to stop.
I'm telling. Okay, just read the words.
What do you think I'm doing?
You get one more try.
Just read the words. Okay, here we go.
Let's go, because I feel like I'm running, and I feel like I'm running, and I gotta go. Better know when I don't know, whatever stop. Because I know when I know when I've been in every day, and I gotta go. As you see, I don't really want to go, and I pop me blow. I just want to know and ever know when to flop and and I don't want to. I gotta go. Much better. And I'm a cocky, and I ain't never know when they gotta stop me. Every time I gotta go, when I got brother, I gotta see you. And then I gotta go, when I gotta get away. And then I gotta go and I blow, and then I gotta go and I shudder any little. Thing in it, bro, brother, I gotta hate you and doing and doing it, cause it doesn't matter, cause I gotta go with it, da. Okay, see? So much better.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Hey, it's Roz and Mocha. What's up?
Hi.
Tixiana's in Thunder Bay and listens to the Roz and Mocha Show a lot.
Yes.
And always texts in.
Yes.
And texted in this morning asking if we could play Pinched.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Because she said, glad to be able to listen to you during these tough times. Now, Tixiana.
Yes.
For the time being, Pinch is suspended.
Yeah, we can't play Pinched.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry.
Coronavirus, come on now, Tixiana.
Especially because you guys... Oh, Maury doesn't really replace the...
Not doesn't really, just he doesn't. He hasn't. So it's the same clothespins, clothes pegs in that bag from however long ago we started the game.
Yeah, we can't have Mocha and Maury putting their hands in each other's eyes and ears and mouths.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Maury that much.
We can't even stand next to each other.
No.
So
we can't play Pinched.
But Tixiana.
Yes.
We do have where we have to alter Pinched.
All right.
Okay, so no to the question of can we play Pinched, but if you stick around, we are about to introduce a brand new game.
Ooh.
It's sort of the social distancing version of Pinched. This game is called Snapped.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, we will explain everything, Tixiana, in just a couple of minutes, okay?
Sounds great, guys.
All right, okay.
Later, girl.
All right. Love you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, got a new intro for a new game.
I cannot wait.
Sort of new intro.
Okay.
New game alert.
New game alert. Okay.
This is
Snapped.
All right, everybody, and welcome to Snapped. Okay, this is the sort of replacement to Pinched. Pinched was a very popular game that we did for years on the Roz and Mocha Show. It was Maury against Mocha in straight up head-to-head trivia, and if you got a question wrong, you got pinched, and that was they had like a big pile of clothes pegs in between them, and then your opponent would get to put one of those clothes pegs anywhere on your body that they saw fit, and you got pinched, and it hurt a lot. But we can't do that because we can't touch each other.
Right.
So out of that comes the birth of Snapped. Now,
which is?
The way Snapped works is the premise of the game is exactly the same. Only you and Maury will now be outfitted with oversized elastics that you will wear around your neck. And if you get a question wrong, you hold it with your thumb, put your arm out the full arm length, and let it go.
Oh, no! Oh, boy. Yo, it's going to hurt.
Okay.
It's going to hurt.
So this, everybody, is Snapped. Welcome to it. The categories today. Oh, you guys need the elastics.
Yeah.
Okay. So Maury has his elastic. Mocha, if you can go in the sealed package and grab your elastic, please. There we go. You might want to give it a couple stretches. They are very stretchy.
This is supposed to fit around my head?
No, around your neck.
All around my neck?
Yeah,
Yes.
easy peasy.
Yes. Like look at Maury right now. Look at Maury right now. Right. So Maury is that. Yes. And so Mocha, so put that around your head. I'll let you get your ball cap back on there. Okay. Extend your arm all the way out.
Is it not going to
all the way out?
It's not going to snap?
No, all the way out.
Are you sure? Oh my God.
Do a test. Let go.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so gentlemen, are you ready?
No. Okay. Oh, please be easy categories.
Okay, your categories are bass-ackwards.
Okay.
I will spell a name, like a human name, a person's name, backwards, starting with the last letter first. You give me that person's name.
Okay.
Okay. Your second category, sticks and stones. These are all things made out of either wood or rock.
Oh no.
I should just do this 10 times.
Okay. Mocha, I will let you pick the category first.
Let's go with sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Question 1. First of all, for people listening at home, Maury, can we hear your buzzer? Mocha, your buzzer. So Mocha's is the more deeper, sort of manly sounding buzzer. That's Maury. Question 1.
Yeah.
Archers shoot these from their bows. Maury.
Arrows.
Yes, correct.
Frig.
Okay, Mocha.
Oh, no.
You now get snapped. So Mocha's extending his full arm length.
Oh.
Okay, ready?
Go.
3, 2, 1.
Mocha just disappeared out of the view of the camera. I can't even see him anymore.
Oh my God, dude, that. Oh man. Yo, that really hurts.
Your wife's gonna think you got a hickey, like you're having some sort of COVID affair.
Oh no! I think I'm gonna pass out. That hurts.
I hate to say this, but question 2.
Oh no! That's it.
Those huge pointy things in the middle of the desert in Egypt. Maury.
Pyramids.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mocha, full arm length. Okay. Full arm length. Full arm length. Go.
Ouch!
I've never seen Maury look more happy before.
I'm so scared.
This really hurts.
How do you explain those marks to your wife?
Question 3. The Dutch wore these on their feet for protection. Maury.
Clogs.
Yes. All the way out, all the way out, all the way out.
That's what she said. Oh my God! That hurts so much!
So
I don't like this game.
If you're just joining us, if you are just joining us, the game is snapped. So it's very much like pinched, only without the pinching. Maury and Mocha have giant rubber band elastics around their necks. And if you get a question wrong, you have to hook your thumb under the elastic, stretch it all the way out as far as you can, and then let it go so it comes back and hits your neck. No, I think a couple. Yeah. Oh, that is a welt right there.
Right. Next category, please.
Next category.
Are we done with that last one?
Okay, next category. Bass-ackwards.
Okay.
I will read a name. I will spell a name starting with the last letter first. You guys tell me what the name is. These are just regular people names, okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Number 1. H-T-E-B-A-Z-I-L-E. Mocha.
Elizabeth.
Correct.
Oh, I wasn't going to say that.
What were you going to say?
Abraham.
Abraham?
Where does the letter Z go in Abraham?
Good thing I didn't buzz in.
Okay. Maury, go ahead. Maury, stretch all the way out.
Oh my God.
All the way.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
I told you. It hurts, right? It hurts so bad. Ooh, it stings.
Maury's pacing around the studio right now.
Right? Isn't it the worst?
It's still there.
Yeah, it's the
I
worst.
can't leave you.
It's the worst.
Okay, moving on to the category of bass-ackwards.
Okay.
Here we go. D-R-A-H-C-I-R. Maury.
Deborah.
Incorrect. Mocha.
Richard.
Yes. Okay, Maury, have at it.
Oh, God, Mama.
I told you.
I hope this is entertaining for people because it's very entertaining to watch in here. Okay, continuing on with the category of bass backwards. YROGERG. Mocha.
Gregory.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say Gabriel.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go.
I'll go this side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All the way out more. All the way.
Right? Okay, so we're tied. This is a tiebreaker. This is a tiebreaker.
Okay,
No,
it's all
you
tied
win.
up. This is a
You win.
tiebreaker. Last name in the category of bass backwards. I again will spell the name, last letter first in reverse order. You tell me what that name is. Here we go, gentlemen. YELDARB. Mocha.
Bradley.
Yes.
Bethany.
Oh my God, I was so nervous, bro. I was so nervous.
Who's right?
I am.
Mocha's right. Okay, Maury. Oh. Wow.
And that's how you play Snapped.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you hear this clip of Kanye's old bodyguard?
Saying what? What?
I love stories of people who used to either be personal assistants for or bodyguards for or just part of the general posse in somebody's organization that have ridiculous jobs. Being the bodyguard is a pretty crazy job, though. I'll give them that, right? When you got to be the person that takes care of somebody who may be rude to you and you got to like get hurt for them, that takes a special kind of person who's going to be able to do that. But this is Steve Stanoulis talking about his first day on the job as Kanye's bodyguard.
The first day I met him, I was supposed to meet him at the studio. So when he gets there, we get to the elevator. He's like, aren't you going to push what floor we're going to? I said, well, I have no idea. It's my first day. He starts ranting. You mean you didn't call ahead to find out where I'm supposed to be going? I said, no. So he's ranting and raving. I said, bro, we could do this 3 ways. 1, you could tell me what button to press, and now I'll know. 2, you could press the button, and I'll see which one you're pressing, and then I'll know. Or 3, you could sit here all day and tell me how important your time is, and we're not going to go anywhere. He went for the first option.
That is next level famous.
Yeah.
Douche.
I know. Where you don't push the elevator buttons.
I don't know. I don't think I could ever treat somebody that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's incredible.
Like, if as a security guard, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's this person's job to call and say, okay, maybe know the itinerary.
Yeah.
Sure. I need to know these things, right?
Yeah.
I need to know where we're going so I can be prepared for the environment.
Yeah.
On the list, it'll say, Kanye's got to go to the studio. It's in this particular building.
Sweet.
I don't think I should...
508 or whatever. Sure.
I don't think I should then say, well, what floor? Because I'm going to have to press the button.
I would say this. As security, you need to know what floor.
Okay, what floor? Yes.
Okay, you do.
But you need to know where you're taking your client, right?
But there's a natural sort of... There's a natural communication between humans, right? And that is when you get onto an elevator with somebody and you know where you're going, but maybe they don't. Maybe they do and they're just a little slow with the finger, right? Your human reaction to that moment should just be to go 7. Right? That's the natural sort of human reaction to being in an elevator with somebody who may not know what button to push. Instinctually, you should just go 7. Right? You shouldn't then go immediately into, I shouldn't have to tell you which button to push. That's like you've evolved into a different kind of person when you get to that point.
At the same time, though, now that I think about the situation and times that I've been in an elevator with somebody I don't know.
Yes.
If I'm standing near the button and I press, I'm going to floor 5.
Yes.
And the other person's there. And I'll be like, hey, what floor are you going on? Or I will say...
But this isn't a stranger. This is his bodyguard. They're together. They're going to be together all day. He's not going to a different floor.
Like, I wonder if the bodyguard should have said to him. No, I know, but like, it's natural to maybe when you walk into an elevator, you ask the other person. Like, maybe he would have been like,
but if
man, what floor are we going to?
Sure, but if I'm walking into a building that Kanye has been into many times, okay, and it's my first day on the job, and we walk into an elevator together, I'm just assuming that we're going to walk into the elevator, Kanye's going to push the button, and we're both going to go up, and once we get to the floor, I'm going to just continue to be his bodyguard.
Or Kanye's going to say 7.
But yeah, I would just think he's going to push the button, because why wouldn't he? Who thinks that somebody doesn't push their own elevator buttons? That's like a wild realization for like a Tuesday morning. You know what I mean?
Kanye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Gabriel, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. I feel bad for you and your nose.
Okay, hold on. I got to get through this because I think you might be trolling us here, man. So Gabriel, you wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha fixed my life. You're going to think I'm making this up, but it's true. As soon as somebody says that, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. But here we go. My girlfriend farts in bed nightly. Do I need to get a sense of humor about this or just go sleep on the sofa every night? I'm talking bombs that are likely are a little wet and they stink. Like anyone, I would laugh at a good fart, but nightly bombs are disgusting and have made me less attracted to her. I lied and told her that the burrito place is closed when it's still open, just to keep beans out of her system in an attempt to reduce the farts. I just want to know if this is normal or messed up. Like if her farting is normal or your reaction to the farting is normal?
No, it's more my reaction. Like, I talked to her so many times and she's like, just go with it type thing.
So is she farting in her sleep or are you getting into bed and she's like bombing you?
Well, both.
Like, oh no.
We're still talking and she'll just drop the bombs and then all night long it's just constant
Aw. Okay, but the sleeping farts, right? That's not her fault, bro. That's not her fault.
Yeah, the sleeping ones I don't mind.
Okay.
It's the ones that we're just talking and
she just hits you. And what? She just hits you with it?
Yeah, it just sounds like someone's emptying like a relish container. It's just all the time.
Okay.
Come on, man. This is your girl we're talking about here, bro.
She sounds hot, by the way. Okay, so I will say this, that a sleep farter should be handled the same way, given the same advice that we've given before to people that have called in because their partner snores. And that is, I don't think that you should make it all on them. This is, I know it's going to sound weird, but much like snoring, this isn't an individual problem. This is a couple's problem.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is something that you guys have to figure out together. It's like looking at a snorer saying, stop snoring, just fix it, just don't do it. Well, it's easier said than done. It's a very difficult thing. You have to figure out what is causing the snoring at night that is keeping somebody up and making somebody miserable, making somebody feel less attracted to their partner. This is something that you guys need to figure out as a team, and this is something that you guys need to work through as a team.
Does she know that she farts so bad that
God, yeah.
Oh, she knows. Oh, yeah. Okay.
But she's proud of it. Like she'll laugh at it. She's proud of it. And that's why I called you guys, because I'm wondering, should I get more of a sense of, because I love a good fart, but she just
like, who doesn't,
a whole
right?
other level.
Like, does she have, I'm trying to say this in like the most sensitive way possible. Like, is this something that she can't help, is what I'm trying to say?
Oh, no. I think she actually does it. Like, she tries doing it. Like, she waits for a good one to come on. Like, she has fun with this, and it just drives me nuts.
Yeah, I would say in situations like this as well, instead of going sort of negative with a criticism, try and spin it. Instead of saying, God, you know what, when you really fart like that, like, I just don't find you sexually attractive at all. Why not tell her the times that you do find her sexually attractive? And that doesn't include farting. You know what I mean? Like, sort of flip it.
I tell her every minute. Like, she's a very attractive girl. She's brilliant. She's smart. She's amazing. She's an amazing person.
Yeah, I would say that you need to. This is a conversation that you have to have, because I think that maybe she thinks that, oh, come on, it's just a fart. You love it, and I think that if something is truly bothering you, don't say it in the moment of a fart. I think that the conversation has to happen in a moment where no fart has happened.
Right.
Where it doesn't look like you're sort of, overreacting to something that she finds hysterical. I think that if you're going to talk about being attracted to her or, talk about any sort of wedge that is in a relationship, the conversation should happen at a point where it is not a topic of conversation already.
Right.
It's like if you didn't shower, and she'd be like, God, I really want to just hang out with you right now and make out with you. But you stink, man. That's a reasonable request, right? It is a reasonable request to say, when we crawl into bed together and I'm kind of, in the mood and I look at you and you get me even more in the mood, when you just start gassing me like that, it kills everything. I don't mind you farting, man. Fart away. That's fine. I will find them funny too, because I love a good fart. But when we're in bed together, that's just it's not sexy.
Well, that's just it. It's right before you go to bed, so you brush your teeth, you got that great, that minty smell in your mouth, and all of a sudden you get a bomb in there. And it's just the mint and the bomb.
Yeah, it just kills the mood, right?
You can taste it. You really can taste it sometimes.
Wow, okay. You could have just said yes, it kills the mood. Does that help, Gabriel?
Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel, yeah. I have one more thing to ask you before we let you go.
What's up?
What do you call it when someone eats refried beans and onions?
Refried beans and my girlfriend?
Oh. No. Wow. I wasn't going to say that. That's mean, bro.
No, I was
trying to tell a joke. The answer is tear gas.
Oh.
Wow. Bro.
Wow, dude.
I would never diss your girl like that. Come on, man.
No. That wasn't a diss at all. No. She's a lovely human being. She just has a gas issue.
What do people write on Instagram? # this is what love looks like.
All right, Gabriel, there you go.
Well, thanks for the advice, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, Rolling Stone released a list of the top 100 debut singles of all time. Now, these were not included on this list were people who were already very well known and then went solo.
Okay.
So, Justin Timberlake is not on the list.
Oh, okay.
Right? But somebody who was sort of well known and then joined a band and they created a whole new thing is, I guess. But,
okay.
Yeah. So, do you have any thoughts on what you feel is the best debut single of all time?
Debut single?
Yeah, the first song of the first time you heard that artist.
They went straight to number one?
No, not even straight to number one. Just the best song.
Oh, man. According to Rolling Stone.
Yeah. I'll give you some tips right now.
Okay. What's your criteria?
Hit me number 56. So this is number 56 on the list of the 100 greatest debut singles of all time. Okay.
Hanson, Bop.
Right. Give me 29.
I'm going to say people like... I'm going to say people like Justin Bieber are going to be on that list. I'm going to say...
But what was Justin Bieber's debut single, though?
Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't be, because his debut single would have been One Time.
Yeah.
Oh, is Adele on the list?
Not that I saw. She's not on the list. Give me 98.
Are these going to be all surprising?
Let's dip down to the bottom of the list here. Give me 98.
Down the step, make it pop.
Yeah.
Okay. Kesha, TikTok.
Oh, what a great song, huh?
Give me 78.
Oh. Okay.
78.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so upon replay, Rihanna at number 78.
Hold on, who do we not hear from yet? Oh, wait, is Drake on the list?
What was Drake's debut single?
Best I Ever Had. That didn't debut at number one, though, right?
It doesn't have to debut at number one.
Oh, just
no, it's just best singles. Is Drake on the list? No, Drake's not on the list. But I'll tell you who is. Give me number 12.
How are they going to do that to you, Drizzy? Me
number 12.
Wow, this is number 12.
Because the song's a monster.
But this was such a monster, I thought it would be way higher.
Number 12. Kanye was number 14 with Through the Wire. Aerosmith at number 62 with Dream On. Before we get to the top 5, Actually, no, let's do top 5 right now. So at number 5, this is according to Rolling Stone, the number 5 greatest debut single of all time. Chuck Berry. Maybelline.
Why can't you be true?
Wow. I've never heard this song before.
You've never heard Maybelline?
No.
Really, huh?
Why is that shocking to you?
Because you just hear it through life, like in music and stuff. Like in one of those dumb movies where like a little kid is dancing on the table. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, Chuck Berry, you got some bars.
Number 4.
2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhyme, so I said this rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme was deaf and it went this
Sucker
way.
MC by Run DMC at number 4, the 4th greatest debut single of all time.
Is Eminem on there?
I don't think so.
No?
I didn't see him. There's a lot missing. There's a lot missing on this list. Number 3, Mocha, 3. This would be the Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK from 1976. At number 2. Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Now, I will give you a hint on what number 1 is.
Okay.
Number 1 was released. It's not like an oldie. Number 1 was released in 1998. 1998.
Is it a boy band?
No.
Is it a female artist?
Yes.
Okay, is it? It wouldn't be Britney Spears, right?
Would it?
Or Christina Aguilera? No, it can't be.
Hit me with number 1. Yeah, so according to Rolling Stone, Baby One More Time, Britney Spears is the greatest debut single of all time. Now, are you curious as to what 100 was? Because it was the top 100, so hit me with 100.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe we didn't even say what 100 was. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see this Ryan Seacrest thing over the weekend?
No, what happened?
So a lot of people were commenting saying that people who have no idea what they're talking about were saying that it looked like he had some sort of stroke during American Idol Live.
No.
Yeah,
really? I was watching this as it happened.
Yeah. One of his eyes started to shut, and at one point in the show, he started to like almost slur his speech a little bit. Like he couldn't quite get the words out. Like it's actually really scary to watch.
And it went on for a bit, not the slurring of the speech, but just that he seemed like he was like something was up. Like his head was in his hands, and he just seemed tired.
Yeah.
Is he sick?
I don't know, but everybody was sort of like very concerned, and there were a lot of people who said, did Ryan Seacrest just have a stroke? And not in like a goofing way, but in an actual sort of serious way. But his people said this: Ryan did not have any kind of stroke last night. This is from his rep. Like many people right now, Ryan is adjusting to the new normal and finding work-home balance with the added stress of having to put on live shows from home. He's doing between live with Kelly and Ryan, American Idol, on air with Ryan Seacrest, and then the Disney Family sing-alongs. He's been juggling 3 to 4 on-air jobs over the last few weeks, and he needs a rest. So today he took a well-deserved one. Yeah. So
what explains the half-eye closed?
I don't. They didn't explain it. They didn't. I bet
you had stress.
Could have been viral.
Yeah, I bet you it's like that guy's got a million jobs, and he's still taking on every single thing. Yeah. For the entire day, from home, like you add all that together.
Yeah, if you see the footage though, it looks like something is up because you're so used to Ryan Seacrest being perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like just with everything he says and the way he says it, and he just seemed off, like it seemed not right.
Cynthia Erivo and the top 11 right there. You can catch her playing Aretha Franklin on the National Geographic Limited Series Genius Aretha premiering this fall.
See?
Right,
like that. It sounds off, but I guess you just have to.
But when you hear that, but also see his face,
it happening,
it's shocking. Yeah. But his rep said that. They didn't say what it was, but they did say that it was not a stroke. So
this is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh,
what up, y'all? How we feeling today?
That was a Bill and Ted reference, huh?
I've never seen those movies.
You've never seen Bill and Ted?
Never seen
For
Bill and
real,
Ted.
huh?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
How many were there? 2 or 3?
Yeah, they're making the 3rd right now.
Right. Or they were, at least, as far as we know.
Yeah, exactly. How have you never seen Bill and Ted?
I knew of it.
Bill S. Preston Esquire, and Ted Theodore Logan?
Good memory.
Yeah.
I just know that they were time travelers.
Yeah, but do you know why? And do you know how? And do you know like the details behind the movie at all?
I think
or
phone
no?
booth, right?
Well, yeah, the phone booth was what got them through the wormholes of time.
Okay.
But
I don't know why, and
So Bill and Ted
know nothing about the movie.
Okay, they're two sort of Southern California slackers, right? In a band called Wild Stallions.
Okay.
And it's just the two of them. And they have a history report due.
Okay.
Otherwise, they flunk out of school, and then Ted's dad is going to send him to military school. And which
should have studied, guys.
Right, which means no more Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
And then
if you knew your school books the way you knew that music.
But the thing is that they weren't good.
Oh, at music at all?
No, right? It's that they were terrible. And then what happens is a guy comes to visit them in a phone booth named Rufus.
Okay.
And he tells them that they have to pass their history test because in the future, Wild Stallions write the most perfect song that saves humanity.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
So he gives them access to the phone booth and they start going through the sort of annals of time and history and everything else. But instead of just going and studying in real life, people like Napoleon and Joan of Arc and Genghis Khan to do their report, they wind up loading the phone booth full of these actual people from history and bringing them back to San Dimas, California. And they wind up being a part of their presentation, but not before Napoleon discovers water slides and banana splits.
Gotcha.
Okay. Be excellent to each other. So that's and then in part 2, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I think they go to the devil. Right. I think the devil gets involved in part 2.
What an odd turn
I
for the
can't,
movie.
Yeah, I can't be 100% sure. So I don't know what they have planned for 3, but this would have really been at the point where Wild Stallions did write that perfect song that saved humanity. But the problem now is if you don't play the perfect song that saved humanity, there's no point in doing the movie. So now somebody is tasked with writing a song that would have been the perfect song to save humanity. And how that would have happened or what that would have looked like. I don't know. But anyway, that's a lot of talk about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
See Costco trending like crazy this morning?
No, what's going on at Costco?
This happened in the States where a guy was shopping and he had his cart full of stuff and an employee by the name of Tyson, spelled Tison.
Tyson.
Was asking this gentleman to kindly wear a mask.
Okay.
And Tyson, the Costco employee, is wearing a mask. Other people who are in Costco are all wearing a mask.
Yeah.
This gentleman that decides to record his conversation with Tyson, his wife is even wearing a mask.
Okay.
And this guy thought it'd be a great idea because Tyson said, hey, can you please put on a mask to start recording because he's got all these followers.
Okay.
I'll just put you on my 3,000 follower Instagram feed, mostly local.
Hi everyone, I work for Costco and I'm asking this member to put on a mask because that is our company policy. So either wear the mask
And I'm not doing it because I woke up in a free country.
Have a great day.
So you're going to take this cart from me.
So he starts,
full of stuff.
so Tyson grabs the cart and starts walking away with it.
Yeah.
You need to leave. Thank you very
Here,
much.
you put it on. I'll give you my card. He's going to take the card away because he's a little.
Oh.
There he is, walking away with all my stuff. There he goes. Because I'm not a sheep.
Wow.
And this guy's wife looks so embarrassed and pissed off.
Hey, listen, free America. You know?
And everybody, I have not seen, just going through all the tweets right now.
Yeah.
Because they're coming in quick. I have not seen one single tweet in support of the guy who didn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, well, maybe not on Twitter, but watch the news. It's interesting because I don't like wearing a mask. I don't think anybody likes wearing a mask.
Hate it.
And I don't, for the most part.
Uh-huh.
Right? If I go somewhere where I know I'm going to be like around a lot of old people and stuff like that, but for the most part, I don't wear a mask. I clean and I stay far enough away from people because that's one, my nature, and two, it's almost unavoidable at times.
You've been socially distancing since before it was a thing.
Yeah, and it's fine. But with stuff like this, like we just, you realize how different Canada is to America. Like I was reading the story about Wisconsin the other day, where you have like Supreme Courts overturning governor's orders of lockdown. Like it's fighting in the courts to like reopen bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's such a wild world. And then you get Tyson with an I, you know, who's willing to lose his groceries and embarrass his wife in front of 3,000 people.
Hold on, let me show you what this guy looks like. As Tyson is
to
walking
not wear
away.
a mask. Just wear a mask. Like if you go somewhere where you have to.
He's wearing a T-shirt that reads NASA on it, and his sunglasses are on
right
inside of Costco.
Right. Like if this jabroni, right, went to a Minnesota Twins game and tried to walk into the stadium with no shirt on.
I know, they'd say, sir, get the hell out.
You got to put a shirt on, man. We're not asking much, right? But you're going to be sitting around other people. You're going to be in close proximity. You look like a sweater. Just throw a T-shirt on. Throw a T-shirt on. You would go.
Tyson asks you to leave.
You'd go and buy. You'd find a T-shirt, right, to go in. If you go to Costco and they say, "Hey, man, listen, just throw this on while you're walking around the aisles, okay? Do us all a favor. Makes everybody feel safe. It's no harm to you, no harm to anybody else. Just put the bloody mask on."
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with that?
So when you see Costco trending this morning,
it's because of that.
It's because Tyson, the Costco employee, asked this gentleman to put on a mask, and he wouldn't. And he thought he'd get some clout with his 3,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, it's because Tyson woke up in a free world.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I keep thinking of a spider in my hair because I walked out of the house this morning and I walked through a spider web.
Oh, that's the worst feeling in the world.
I know, because I'm like, he probably worked really hard on that all night and I just ruined it. And now I feel that he's on me.
Like in your hair?
Because I had recycling in my hand.
Oh.
Right? And so I couldn't wipe.
Wait, was it a full web or just like a strand?
No, it was like a big, thick strand.
Gross. I wouldn't even show it to work.
It just went right, and I felt it go right across my forehead and then wrapped around my head like a headband.
Yeah, no thanks.
Isn't that what they call psychosemantic?
Excuse me?
Psychosemantic.
Which is?
Where, because you walk through the spider web, you think it's on you, so it's false feeling.
No, but I actually did walk through a spider web.
No, you did.
So I'm just worried that I do have a spider on me.
Right, so it's psychosemantic.
No, it's not. First of all, that's not the word.
Wouldn't you feel it though?
No, because look at all my hair, right? I think that he's found a new home. Like he's got all
buried
pissed
in there.
He got all pissed. I evicted him, so he hitched a ride on the back of my truck, right? You know what I mean? And then so the movie begins. Pixar makes $1 billion out of it.
I'm coming with you, friend.
Right? But yeah, no, I walked right through it, and it hit me perfectly right in the forehead and wrapped around my head like a headband.
See, I don't know if
But now I'm just wondering if he's in there somewhere.
I've never walked into like a full spider web.
Oh, I have.
I've walked into the strands, and even that freaks me out.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing worse than when you're camping and a spider comes down right above you while you're in your sleeping bag.
Yeah. There is something worse.
There's nowhere to go.
Snake in the toilet's worse than that, I think.
Or getting eaten by a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shot would be worse than that.
Dying.
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So you got to talk to Big Ed, huh?
Yeah, Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance. And I never got like on the 90 Day Fiance train.
My sisters are obsessed with this show.
I realized that after I talked to Big Ed.
And this show trends every single week.
And Big Ed is this like legendary character on 90 Day Fiance. And I interviewed him for ET Canada, and the interview ran last night. I guess the finale happened the episode on Sunday is when Rose left Big Ed.
How dare she?
And he got like all emotional and stuff.
She's gone. Her stuff's gone. She's really gone. She said she wanted to leave, but she didn't even say goodbye. I don't know. I'm just upset.
Oh, Ed.
I failed. Again. 28 years is a long time to be single. And then you find something that you think is real to later find out that it's not. I know that it's over with Rose. So I need to try to put my life back together.
Oh, right? Big Ed.
But he, like, listen, man, remember when he thought that she had bad breath, and so he like tried to stealthily give her toothpaste until she had bad breath. Like,
I know the trickery.
And then he didn't want any kids, and she wanted kids, and he wasn't straight up with her. Like, there's a lot going on in Big Ed, you know, with his part in this breakup. But anyway, so I talked to Big Ed for ET Canada, and it was exactly the way you think it would have gone.
All right, Ed, it's Roz. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. So sorry about that. I don't know what's going on.
Nah, everybody's going through the same stuff, man.
So, brother, you're from Canada?
I am, yeah.
I'm telling you right now, man, I stream, and you guys have the nicest, you guys are the nicest streamers. You guys are so kind. You guys are sweet. I love you guys. I mean that.
Amazing.
I mean it. My best fans are from Toronto, Ontario, all over. You guys are the best.
Wow. So there you go. So Big Ed, huge fan.
Wow.
Huge fan.
That is crazy.
Okay.
Officially now, what is the deal with you and Rose?
Okay. So right now we have parted ways, and, with a heavy heart. And I'm, I headed back to San Diego, with the ring. I had bought that ring. I met Rose on Facebook, fell in love, bought a ring, and TLC found out about it. And next thing you know, I'm on this show. So, it's been a fun ride. We wanted different things. You know, Rose wanted what she wanted, and I wanted what I wanted. And it just we weren't in alignment.
Did he seem nice when you were talking to him?
Yeah, he seems like he's making the best of it.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on. Like before we jumped on the call, he was on like conference calls and he's like sorting stuff out, like doing big deals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying that when Jeffrey said that, there's certain people that were on the show for a platform and that maybe they weren't there looking for love. A lot of people saying that he was talking about you.
Yeah. That poor guy, I feel sorry for him as well as baby Lisa and Darcy. I mean, I'm actually shocked, at not so much at Joffrey or Lisa, but with Darcy, I mean, she should know better that you read stuff online and then she throws that in my face. I'm like, come on, that's just borderline delusional. I mean, it's not, some of the things that people say are just so far detached from reality. It's not even funny. And I don't know, where, Joffrey rather came up with,
right.
Somehow I was dancing on pool tables 12 years ago and I have the pictures to prove it in a Nacho Libre costume. Well, today I'm doing about 30 to 40 cameos a day in my Nacho Libre costume. It's actually the same costume that I had, 12 years ago. And now I'm making money. I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, money making Big Ed from 90 Day Fiance.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, good morning, Roz and Mocha.
How are you?
Not bad, how are you?
Good. All right, what's your name?
Maher.
Okay. So, Maher wrote this to us, Roz.
Okay.
I have the best answer of who's your favorite between Roz and Mocha.
Okay.
Okay, so there's only one answer, really. So I want to know what your answer is and what makes it the best.
Okay, I have this theory. Mocha, I love you both. So Mocha, you are the heart of the show, and Roz, you are the brain of the show. So I got to go with the brain.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay,
Short.
Cool story, bro.
Okay, so what makes Mocha the heart of the show?
Well, he laughs and he makes the show is more enjoyable.
Oh.
Ouch. Uh-huh. I don't know if you want to go down this road, Roz.
Okay. So Mocha's the one that makes the show enjoyable?
Okay. What about Roz? When you said he's the brains.
And I'm smart enough to just not quite ruin it? Is that what you're saying?
You're smart enough to sit there and shut up.
Right? Is that what you're saying, man?
That was the best answer. You're right.
You guys are the best, man. I love you both.
I was just about to say, before we got into the explanation, which I'm glad we did, I was going to say, I don't know if either of us should feel somewhat dissed that we also didn't get what the other person got. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm the heart, then you're saying I'm not smart. And then if you're smart, Roz, then are you saying that Roz doesn't have a heart?
That's not what I meant. You guys are both great, but that's what I got from the show. Like, I've been listening to you guys for a long time now, and I listen to DJ Climax, which is the best. I listen to every day in the morning, 8 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Thanks to DJ Climax, I really love him, and thanks to his dedication and the hard work. And also, I love you guys, and you guys get my day really well. I really enjoy it.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, bro.
Thank you, man. Have a great day, guys.
I wish I had something smart to say right now.
No, you sit there and shut
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Coming off the long weekend, it's time to check in with the mayor of Toronto, John Tory.
Yeah, a lot of stuff opening. We're still waiting on the province to make some sort of decision on the rest of the school year today, but there's a lot going on in the city, a lot open in the city.
Mayor John Tory, welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Good morning, you two. How was your weekend?
Doing great. How was your long weekend?
It was all right. I was working all the days, but, work consisted, say, on Sunday of going down to see the Lakeshore, which was closed, just to see if a lot of people were using it, which they were, and on Saturday, going down to the foot of Bayview Avenue, where we'd closed some streets there, and so I was just trying to see if those things were working, and so it was good. It was really good, and I think people with the good weather on Saturday, especially, it was a great day to be a politician, because great days to be a politician is a day when people are happy, and so I went to see one of the golf courses that we own that was open. They were happy. I went to the streets that were closed at the foot of Bayview on Saturday. They were happy. The weather was nice. They were happy about that, so it's all good.
Would you say it was a very successful weekend then?
I think so. I think, seriously, I mean, when we close down a major street like that and you turn it over to cyclists and pedestrians, you want to make sure, first of all, people are using it, which they were. People of all ages, you name it, they were there. And you also want to make sure that logistically, and we did this fairly quickly, and I think there were a couple of oversights on the Saturday, but we fixed them on Sunday so that people could still get around. But I think it was very popular. People told me they loved it, so we'll look for doing more of that.
So there's so much to everything. There's a lot of stuff reopening today with some heavy rules. And this is phase one. What do you think, and what have you heard from, are people clamoring to be first in line for phase two? Because there's a lot we can do, storefronts and everything else we can go to, but there's still a lot that is not able to open. What are you hoping is first out of the gate during phase two? What are you looking at hard now?
Well, I think phase two will likely contain some beginnings for restaurants and bars, which, of course, a lot of listeners will be, hoping for, the local watering hole and the place to go and have a bite to eat, especially in the summer with patios and the weather coming up this week. So, but that's a ways away. I think we may be looking at a month before that comes, because the government indicated, and all governments, we said, look, we were only going to move to phase two, which is a much broader reopening, when the numbers justified it. And we still had, I think, 120 new cases or something in Toronto yesterday, so you have to have that number really, really down before you can get there. But today, I don't even think they'll be clamoring to get to phase one today. I think you'll see some stores will open, others won't be ready. There are going to be rules when you go in the stores that only a certain number of people are allowed in the store at once, depending on the size of the store. There'll be lineups that will be all organized, as we've been getting used to with the grocery store. So I think it's just the way it's intended, which is gradual reopening, see how it goes, see how the impact is on the transit system and all that sort of thing, and, one step at a time.
Mayor Tory, a lot of the big summer festivals, summer gatherings have been canceled now. Everything from Taste of Danforth to Caravana to the CNE as we lead into September. What have you heard about TIFF? Because that's pretty much the last one leading into September that we haven't heard about yet.
It's funny, you're the first people that have asked me about that, and they have submitted to us. I've been in quite a long series of discussions with them. They've submitted different models that could still have a festival take place, subject to, rules that make sense. And so, for example, you wouldn't have the kind of mob scene premieres, which are, I know, part of the fun of TIFF, but you just can't have that if we're going to be avoiding crowd scenes by not having the Taste of the Danforth or not having the Caribbean Carnival. Then you can hardly have thousands of people standing in front of the Princess of Wales Theatre. So they have models that contemplate not having that part of it, but having screenings and some exciting other things that they've thought of. So it's now going to, the proposals are now in the hands of the Public Health Department to look at it and to see, how that all works. And so I've really got my fingers crossed that would be a good time, September, and it's a good event to make sure that that we try to keep on. We've been trying to keep them all on, but it just wasn't possible for some of the ones like A Taste of the Danforth, one of my favorites. 1 million people on the Danforth, shoulder to shoulder, sweaty. I don't need to go into it all. It just was too risky. Same with the CNE, and so I'm sorry that those are canceled for this year. But we've by the way encouraged the Taste of the Danforth and what was the other one, A Taste of Manila, to look at whether they might want to think about having their event, and I think the Honda Indy as well in September, because I think by September, hopefully, you got to keep your fingers crossed that things are better. But that's what's happening with TIFF, and stay tuned.
Still on TIFF here, is it responsible? Because I know that you can say that you can sort of organize it where you don't have the big pens for crowds and everything else. But is it responsible to say still invite George Clooney to Toronto with some sort of altered premiere with lesser people in attendance, whatever it is, because fans are still going to go and try and look at George Clooney, whether you give them a place to stand or not?
But this is why the discussions are going on, because in the end, while they put forward some proposals, and there were other proposals that didn't involve that kind of thing, so they've got a whole raft of proposals. They wanted our judgment on what was responsible. Right. I mean, you can imagine inside the theaters, it's not going to be business as usual either, because you can't just have people sitting, 1 foot apart or even closer in a theater like that. So that's what we're taking a look at now, and we're trying to, salvage as much of the TIFF event as possible, but it will be dependent entirely upon, or largely entirely upon, the safety and health issues as opposed to anything else. So we'll have to see. And the other issue, of course, that TIFF has no control over, nor do we at the city, is the border. I mean, if the border is still closed by then, or if George Clooney had to come, I'm sure he loves Toronto, but if he had to come here in quarantine for 2 weeks and stay at Maurie's place, I think he'd say, you know what, guys, see you next year.
You know what that is? That's an Academy Award winner right there.
Yeah, better than that. Order of Canada and Academy Award.
Mayor John Tory, real quick before we wrap things up, thank you for your support during the Hearts and Smiles campaign. We raised over $1 million from right across the country for the T-shirts and the masks.
Well, I'm going to get some T-shirts and masks by them because they're very good-looking T-shirts. But I just want to thank you and the listeners of Kiss 92 for raising, I guess, across the way $1 million for the health workers. They don't get a lot of recognition other times, but they sure have been now, and so deserved is that recognition for all the help they give and making sure they're well looked after. So thank you for looking after these people that are looking after us. It's really great.
Mayor John Tory, we'll check in with you in a few days. Thanks very much for joining us again on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Bye now.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I went for a long walk yesterday. I had to go pick up my truck.
Yeah. You in public?
Yeah, I know, right?
What? Walking?
Yeah. Well, it was either that or take Catherine's bike.
Bro, why didn't you take the bike?
Well, because I was wearing like skinny jeans and I already had my leather jacket on.
When's the last time you rode a bike?
I didn't want to be that guy. Oh, last summer. I just get those rent-a-bikes all the time.
Yeah. Do you wear your tight pants when you are riding a bike,
like
or
when
you throw on shorts?
Yeah, because I think the last time we rode bikes, it was real hot. It was like a 40-degree day kind of thing when we went riding bikes. So I don't wear anything like that when it's that hot in the summer, especially on a bike.
Yeah.
The chafe.
Leather jacket or not?
No, no. I know how to dress appropriately sometimes. I like to dress for the occasion, but I was already dressed, and I realized that I had to go pick up the truck because I don't even know what happened. Some sort of thing broke on the wheel axle or something like that. I don't know what it was. It cost me $500 though.
Yeah, it
was crazy, right? And so I had to go pick it up, and Catherine was supposed to drive me, and then she forgot, and she was out.
Okay.
And I woke up, and I was like, hey, where are you? And she's like, I'm out. And I'm like, okay, cool. I got to go get the truck. Remember? She's like, just take my bike. And in my head, and then I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'll take your bike. And then I looked down at myself, and I was like, I'm not getting on a bike looking like this. I look like a weirdo, right? I look like I stole the bike, right? Like, that's just what it is. Like, nobody wears what I was wearing yesterday on a bike. It was so inappropriate. And so I decided to walk, but I still had like my leather jacket on and stuff like this. And the first block I walked was in the shade, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
right?
You got a little bit of a breeze. Beautiful.
It was perfect. And then I hit the sun, and there was just no relief whatsoever. And I start sweating.
Why didn't you take the jacket off?
I did take the jacket off, and so then I'm the guy walking down the street, the cool guy walking down the street, with skinny jeans and a leather jacket like slung over my shoulder,
holding it. So that was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Were you holding it up with your index finger over your shoulder, or did you take the sleeves and just tie them around your waist?
Tie them around my waist? Have you ever tried to tie leather? Obviously, no. You can't tie leather, man.
I'm trying to get the visuals.
Jeez, you know how much I would sweat out of those arms?
Okay, so you
what
got
are those
your
things that the Kardashians wear?
Pants?
Oh, looks like a waist trainer.
A girdle?
Yes. No, I did not. And also there's zippers on the cuffs, and that would just be like a whole thing.
So you're walking down the street with your jacket over your shoulder?
I'm walking down the street like a cool guy with my jacket over my shoulder, right? And I realize I'm the only one on the sidewalk not wearing a mask, first of all, right? And I'm the only guy on the sidewalk with a leather jacket slung
There's a
over
lot
his
of people
shoulder.
in the city who aren't wearing masks.
Yeah, well, not in my neighborhood. Everybody was wearing masks in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I realized that I was now the person when I was walking down the street that people would walk around.
Right.
Like
Yeah, completely.
I didn't have to walk around anybody because people walked around me. And I didn't realize that at first because it's just like tight sidewalks, right? People were walking around me. And then I was just like, oh my God, what's going on here?
It's weird because down by the water, no one's wearing masks.
Really, huh?
Like I was down by the water with my dog yesterday. Literally nobody.
Not one person.
Not one.
That's crazy to me.
And yesterday they had to make like 2 announcements advising people in the city. Like, y'all should be wearing masks.
Yeah. But so what about your neighborhood? No masks? Like, if you see people walking their dog, mask or no mask?
It's a mix.
It's a mix.
Yeah. Some people are.
Do you mask up when you walk the dog?
When I walk the dog, no.
No.
And I haven't been out.
Nothing out?
Oh. I haven't gone into like a grocery store or anything. Like when my wife goes out, she's all mask and gloves.
Do you mask up when you walk the dog more?
I mask up when I go grocerying and everything, but not when I walk the dog, just because I'm not around people.
Right.
So it's like I stay far away
Does
purposely.
Matthew mask up?
Matthew wears a mask because he's asthmatic, so he's really being extra careful. What I was
Right.
going to say to you is yesterday we walked by the Unleashed Dog Park because it's now open again.
Yeah.
We didn't go in, but we walked by just to sort of see the dogs.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody shake somebody else's hand.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought it was the craziest thing.
Yeah, the off-leash dog park close to where we live, when I drove by the other day, everybody in there, they were all wearing masks.
Really,
Actually,
yeah?
except for one person.
It's crazy. It's so different in so many different places.
Yeah.
Also, Unleashed Dog Park is such a great name for a club.
That's so true.
Leather jacket around your waist, all that.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see that video with Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox? It's so like... So Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox. Brian Austin Green earlier this week announces that he and Megan Fox are splitting up. Finally, she's filed for divorce a couple times and they were on and off, but they have like 3 kids together. And then the rumor was that she was seeing Machine Gun Kelly. And then he says, I know that they're friends and she's been honest with me and I don't think anything's happening right now. And then, but the story was they met on set. And I'm like, what set did they meet on? And so she's in the new Machine Gun Kelly video.
So is this what they mean? What he meant by they met on set?
Yes.
So was this video shot prior to the lockdown?
I don't know.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was.
I think she's been dipping out of her home where she lives, sleeps.
With 3 kids.
With her kids, eats, everything.
Yeah.
To go hook up with Machine Gun Kelly.
So
at his
she
place.
was, and the video is like one of those videos where they're pretending to be like boyfriend, girlfriend, where they're in bed together and then she's like mussing his hair and all the stuff that I could not tolerate if I ever dated an actor. Right. I couldn't do that stuff. And we've talked about this on the show before. I know
bathtub and everything.
I know it's all acting and everything else, but I couldn't have somebody that I love, even on film, go and make out with somebody.
Right.
It just wouldn't be right. Like, it would just drive me crazy.
I think she was like a bra and underwear in one scene.
I just couldn't do it. I'm not wired
Dancing
for that.
around the house?
I'm not wired for that. That's why, no, Maury, shut up. No. Anyway, so here's the Machine Gun Kelly song. Do you like this?
It sounds like Blink 182, Sum 41, like that early 2000s kind of pop punk music. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's interesting too with Machine Gun Kelly because, you know, made a ton of news.
Rapper, though.
He's a straight-up rapper. He made a ton of news. He had the big feud with Eminem. He did the Motley Crue movie on Netflix, got real popular. Paparazzi started chasing him around, and, now it just seems like he's like, I just need a pop song.
It sounds like The Killer's Mr. Brightside, almost to a T.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's definitely different. It's,
no, I hear what you're saying, Maury, about that. Just that there's one little part that does sort of sound like, but he's very much influenced. You can tell by Blink-182 and all those other bands. But Megan Fox in the video, and then she's just like dancing around, and then she starts singing, and she's in her underpants, and he's got his shirt off, and then it's like a real sexy video, it really is, right? Yeah. Like it's a real sexy video. Like and she's really great in the video too. But again, like if I'm Brian Austin Green, even though I'm an actor, I can't say I'm proud of her for that. Yeah. Like if she came home, I'd be like, how's your day? She's like, oh, great, we did this. And you want to see like a clip of the video? I got a little bit on my phone. I got him to send it over. I think you really like it. I would have to go for a walk after that. I'm not wired for that. Like I just can't deal. I can't deal with that. But I like the song. Do you like the song? It's okay, right? It's fine.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I still have to get over the fact that it's Machine Gun Kelly.
Right.
Because I still have in my head Machine Gun Kelly, the hip hop artist.
And also with this, I think that we have to go back to something that we've done with songs before where we're sort of on the fence with it. And that is the question. Would you care at all or listen to this song twice if it were not from Machine Gun Kelly? No.
Absolutely not.
Right. Okay.
But people are watching the video like crazy. It's trending number 2 right now on YouTube. 2.5 million views already.
Yeah.
But that's the new Machine Gun Kelly. It's called Bloody Valentine.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Homegrown talent, YouTube star turned late night talk show host, which, by the way, her show got picked up for a second season on NBC. Last year, Forbes named her one of the 40 most powerful people in comedy. She's quarantined at home right now. Lilly Singh, welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you?
Good. I'm 100% sleeping.
Oh, well, we're sorry for waking you.
It's all good. Anything for you guys. Anything for you guys.
Where are you quarantining? Who are you quarantining with? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm with my friends from back home. I'm actually in LA right now.
And how have things been going for you for the past, let's say 10 weeks now that everyone's been in lockdown?
I mean, listen, I feel really grateful and fortunate. I think this is a challenging time. I'm grateful to be healthy and safe, and I know it's a challenging time for everyone. I've been cooking a lot. I've been eating 30 cookies a day. So that's pretty much it.
Now, when you are kind of in isolation or forced to be at home for as long as it has been, do you get a little bit more creative? Do you get more ideas for future things that maybe you want to do on your show or future things that you may want to record for YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah, I think one of the cool silver linings is that to get cool creative ideas, you almost need to have nothing in your brain. I always have the best ideas when my brain is empty and there's actually room for things to flow. Usually in life, my schedule is so busy that I'm going from thing to thing to thing that I don't have that room to have creative ideas. And so that's been a beautiful silver lining of this time. Have I been executing those things? No. I've been wearing sweatpants and feeling uncertain and scared about the world. But I am having the ideas and at least writing them down.
When did you find out that you were getting picked up for season 2, and how long did you have to hold on to that information before you were allowed to tell fans?
Ooh, good question. So I actually found out when we wrapped season 1 in December. I had a feeling because I had some, hints dropped from NBC, but I found out about 3, 4, 5 months, actually 5 months ago.
Wow.
And we were going to announce it way earlier. But this was right when quarantine hit, and we thought, no, this is not what people want to hear right now. This is not appropriate. So we held up on the news. I actually kept a secret for a while.
That's a long time, 5-6 months. Now, was there anybody in your life that you were able to trust with that information? Was anyone privy to the fact that you got picked up for season 2 before you were actually allowed to say it publicly?
Honestly, just my team. I'm pretty good at not revealing these things to anyone personal in my life. One, because they always tell people.
Yeah. So, not even your folks, huh?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I already know that would be a Facebook status within within an hour. I already know that would be out. And not only would it be out, it would be misinformation. Anytime I tell my parents anything, my dad is like, oh, she's not just making a cameo in the movie, she's directing the movie. Like, he confuses those things very much.
Gotcha.
I'm so proud of my daughter. She's now the head of NBC.
Yes, exactly. For years, I was the owner of YouTube. So I just, I've learned my lesson.
I had no idea that the schedule for your show was you guys did 90 episodes in like the span of 3 months. How is that even possible?
It's not. That's a great question. It should not be. It is not. It is really difficult. I think, a lot of people, what they don't realize is I didn't shoot nightly like a lot of other hosts do.
Yeah.
Which is why my show didn't even address the pandemic when it was happening, because those episodes were shot out last year. But it was tough, man. It's 2 to 3 episodes a day. Not only is it physically and mentally challenging, but I lose my voice every single day.
Do you want to be able to sort of be more current and be able to do stuff, kind of like what everybody else in late night does, where you can talk about the things daily? Do you wish you had that ability?
I really do. I do think I want a mix of being topical. I do also really believe in the power of evergreen content that's just like, no matter what day, what time, you're watching something that's relatable and funny and feel good. Yeah. But I do believe in a mix of topicality as well. Of course, I would love that. It's just a puzzle in terms of schedule and budget and budget and budget and then budget.
But even like
because that's expensive.
Yeah, no. But even just like as a performer or just as a creative, like there had to have been days where you're sitting around and you just see something going on. And you're like, oh my God, I have an hour of material on this. Give me a stage now.
Absolutely. Or even the opposite of that, where there was days when I thought I could use 10 more hours to perfect this, but I can't because I have to shoot three shows today. So I think for me as a creative, the hardest part of the show was understanding that no matter what, the show has to go on.
Well, Lilly Singh, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to join us on the Roz Mocha Show. Congratulations again on season 2, A Little Late with Lilly Singh.
And before we let you go, we know there's no basketball. We did not get to see a playoff run with the Raptors. How are you okay? What are your feelings as a super fan on possibly seeing the season play out without fans in attendance?
Well, first of all, let me just say that NBA champs 2 years in a row. Hey!
Still defending, girl. Still defending.
Listen, I'm super bummed about the season, but I also think that, the priority is everyone's safety. If you have to do without fans, I just love the sport, and I love the sport for the players as well. So I think whatever decisions are made for people's safety, I fully support, mostly because, like I said, champs for 2 years in a row. That's a mess. And I'm ride or die Raptors all day, every day.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Lilly, if you're out in L.A. and you're a diehard Toronto Raptors fan, and with the kind of circle that you run with, prior to the lockdown, did you ever run into or have any type of meeting with Kawhi Leonard? Did you see him anywhere?
I have not, but I will tell you something I'm notorious for doing, and I'm so shamelessly. If I meet anyone who picks on me for being a Toronto fan, as people often do in LA, it's nothing new. This actually happened I met with some of the Apple, higher ups, and they were expressing how they're Golden State fans. I was like, oh, cute. I will buy them Raptors jerseys and have them shipped to them.
Oh my God, you're so petty. I love it.
Yes, I would be like, oh, you're not a Raptors fan? Guess what? You are now. Here is this very expensive custom jersey that I know you will wear eventually.
I love it.
That is the best.
I love my home. I love my city. I will do anything for it, and that's never going to change.
Yeah! Lilly Singh, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Rachel. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So you got some real problems, huh?
Oh.
I know. See?
Okay, so Rachel, you ordered this. Roz Mocha fixed my life. My husband and I are renovating our kitchen. Yes, in spite of COVID shutting everything down. And we're battling with what type of flooring would be best to use in the kitchen. I am voting for engineered hardwood, and he's on the fence between vinyl or tile. I know this is not your typical FML, as there's no gut-wrenching obstacle I'm facing, but this is a dilemma, and any advice or help could provide to be great. Thank you so much for that, first of all.
I think this is like the perfect FML because it's something that, Roz, you're going through or you went through recently with the renovation at your cottage.
Yeah, and I've gone through this before, too. It's picking stuff. What is the sort of layout of your place? Is the kitchen separate or is the kitchen kind of like open concept and bleeds into the living room and family area or whatever?
So it's a very small house, but it's going to be a galley kitchen, which I guess is like on one wall. And it bleeds more into the bathroom, and we have like a white tile in there.
Is there a definitive break between the kitchen and the rest of the sort of living area, or is your kitchen sort of one wall of the living area? Like when you when you say galley kitchen, are we talking about like where it's counters on both sides and two walls in the kitchen, or a galley kitchen? Are you talking just kitchen cabinets on one wall and then the rest of it is just open to the rest of the living area?
So yes, so your second that you said, except there is a wall that does break for our living room. But I'm thinking if I put engineered hardwood in the kitchen, I can do the entire house to match.
Yeah. If you're not dealing with a huge space, I would most likely do hardwood. That's what I did in my place. I just did the same flooring all throughout.
Hardwood is nice.
Yeah, and even the engineered stuff. The engineered stuff. I mean, and don't even think that it's super cheap, because if you go and get good engineered flooring, it's just as expensive as some cheaper actual hardwood.
Yeah, but especially if you're putting it in the kitchen where. You have to think about if you drop a plate or if you reach in the fridge to get something, you drop like a jar of whatever.
Yeah.
It's got to be strong enough to sustain an impact like that.
And you want to get a good company. You want to get a good flooring that is really, really water resistant, because if
I have 2 dogs too.
Yeah, that's fine. And what floors are? Do you live in a condo or do you live in a house?
We live in a house.
You live in a house, and so you just have like a regular plywood subfloor underneath your floors?
Yes.
Yeah, see, because for me, my thing is that I don't like the feeling of when you put down plank flooring where you put it on like the padded sort of subfloor, the padding underneath it. I don't like a squishy floor. I don't like the floor to move at all. So when it comes to even just laying planks of engineered flooring, I like to glue it. That's how I prefer it.
Right.
I like to even though you're not supposed to, and a lot of flooring isn't designed to be glued down, I like to glue it because I don't like the feeling of squishy floors.
Hey, Rachel, what kind of dogs do you have?
I have Chihuahuas.
And do you have hardwood anywhere else in the house?
So we have laminate, and we cheaped out, and it's garbage.
Because the one thing I will say about hardwood,
yes,
because we have a golden retriever, if they're like running around or whatever, acting nuts, your hardwood will scratch.
Oh, you have actual wood.
Right? And in places that we've had hardwood, like as soon as you get that first ding, oh man, you get ready for it.
Yeah. Don't do real wood. Don't do real wood at all.
So what I was going to say is in a reno that we did in our last home, we did like porcelain tile, and it looks like hardwood. Right? It's a little pricier. It's a little pricier, but if it's like kind of like the look that you are wanting to go for, and it's way easier to clean too.
Okay.
We had that in our kitchen.
But this is somewhat not helpful, because I think Roz is saying engineered hardwood, and you're saying a tile that looks like wood.
No, okay, my vote is for this. My vote is for this. If you're dealing with a small space, do the same flooring all over it.
Okay.
That's mine. Now, whether you want to tile the whole floor, I don't know. But I wouldn't in a very small space like that, especially if you don't have absolute defining walls. I wouldn't combine 2 different flooring types in the sort of middle of a room that you just walk through.
Okay, and that was kind of my thought. Okay.
Yeah. In a bathroom, it's fine because you have a door and you can put it's
there's
fine,
separation
right?
there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it if there's no clear doorway separation. I wouldn't change up the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps.
I hope so.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Rachel.
What are your Chihuahuas' names?
Milo and Mia. They're M&Ms.
Oh, that's super cute.
It's like Maury and Matthew.
Have a great day, Rachel.
Thank you, too.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
You ready?
Aha.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Hey, they're rebooting Scarface. And it's well, listen, Scarface, as we know, is already a reboot. Okay, so let's not say don't
shush
reboot
you.
Scarface. Scarface is already a reboot. But let me run this by you here. So the Coen brothers are apparently the ones writing it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be directed by Luca Guadagnino, who is the guy who did Call Me By Your Name.
Okay.
With Armie Hammer. And
yeah.
No word yet on who's going to star. Michael B. Jordan's name was being thrown around a lot yesterday, but absolutely nothing definitive on that. My favorite tweet was that if they remake Scarface, they should cast Timothy Chalamet as Tony Montana. And when he says, "Say hello to my little friend," all he does is point at his tiny mustache.
I don't like this idea at all. Don't touch my Scarface.
It's going to be set in Los Angeles as well. That's what we know. I'm going to read a story right now. Maury's immediately going to start sweating.
Okay.
So the Canada Revenue Agency is planning new measures to check up on Canadians who are receiving the emergency fund benefit during COVID-19 that don't need it.
Did you get a check? Oh my God, did Maury get a check?
The fact is, yes, we know some Canadians are claiming the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, the CERB, even though they were not eligible. Fraud rates for this $35 billion program could be higher than for most federal programs and could reach 3%. Canadians who are dishonest in their CERB applications may not face any special consequences for lying. However, CRA officials said their primary line of defense will be to simply claw back the money.
Don't look at me.
The Canada Revenue Agency is still finalizing plans to get details on how much employees were paid on a monthly basis during COVID-19. Normally, Canada Revenue Agency goes to employers and gets the total for the year of how much people made, but now they're going to be tracking it monthly to find out if those people who applied actually were still getting paid from their employer. From their employer during those months.
You didn't apply, did you? Maury, don't. You didn't apply, did you?
No, I didn't apply.
Are you sure?
Well, Mocha wants me to say I didn't apply.
No.
Be honest.
Did you get that check? Did you get the CERB check?
I didn't get the check.
Did you get the direct deposit?
I did not get the direct deposit.
Okay.
Yet?
No, it came within days.
I'm asking Maury.
You would be on you'd be like $4,000 in right now.
Yeah, no, which I'm not.
Okay. Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not sure?
You're not sure?
No, I'm not. I'm in the red.
But did you spend all your CERB money?
No, I never got it.
Okay. But did you apply?
I looked into it.
Oh, there it is. I knew we'd get there some way or another.
You cheated everything, huh?
Everything he cheats
Every
at.
single thing.
We asked Maury yesterday. We did 30 seconds or less yesterday, and the question was, can you snap your fingers 101 times in 30 seconds or less? And Maury cheated at that.
Yeah.
No, look, I can do it.
He started making the noise with his mouth.
What you doing right now?
Disney's Frozen has become Broadway's first long-running coronavirus casualty. So Frozen on Broadway will be closing its doors forever.
Oh, no.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, I thought it was just postponed.
No. In Germany, they're going to be reopening movie theaters. They're allowed to reopen movie theaters. However, of the 346 movie screens as of 2019, only a small portion of theaters are going to be reopening because the conditions to reopen, and we can look at places like Germany to sort of figure out how it is going to look when we are then allowed to open things up. Because as it is right now, the stipulation is cinemas can open, but they can only have a occupancy rate of 25 to 30%.
I wonder if they've removed seats then. From those theaters.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to do it. You have to wear a mask when you go in. The bars are going to be closed. I believe concession is still closed. But 25 to 30%, that is terrible news for actual studios. Because who wants to release movies when the max capacity for profitability on a major film is only 25 to 30% of what you could expect? And then you're not even factoring competition of multiple movies opening on same weekend, so on and so forth. So,
and as a moviegoer, what's the incentive for me to go to a theater when I can't get a drink and a snack?
Yeah. Well, they give you a drink when you go in, but I think that it's like the whole idea of concession is now changed. I don't know whether it's going to be delivery to your seat, like some theaters do, but there's no more, like there's no lining up anywhere. There's no, all that is gone.
Yo, if I can
now.
bring my own snacks?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Game changer.
I used to bring a 6-pack of Mike's Hard every time I went to a movie.
Good for you.
I did.
Good for you.
I had 6 Mike's Hard lemonade when I watched.
Yo, your stomach doesn't hurt after that, though?
No, it's just
like it's so acidic.
No, it's just from having the pee. I drank 6 Mike Hard lemonade when I went to see Napoleon Dynamite.
You still didn't vote for Pedro.
Brian Austin Green. First of all, who knew that Brian Austin Green had a podcast?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know this. But he and Megan Fox split up, and he went on the podcast to talk about it. And they've sort of been like rocky for a while. So they've been together 15 years. They've been married for 10. They got 3 young kids. And he tweeted out the other day. Let me read you this. So this is what he wrote the other day on social media. Okay. Eventually, butterflies get bored sitting on a flower for too long. They start feeling smothered. It's a great big world, and they want to experience it. So is that him saying that Megan Fox got bored?
Or is he...
He's not talking about himself. No, listen, he's not going to say I'm the butterfly.
I don't know, man.
No. Because the story is that she's with Machine Gun Kelly now. What? Right? So here, play clip number 1 of Brian Austin Green talking about the breakup.
I want people to really understand what's going on. Neither one of us did anything to each other. She's always been honest with me. I've always been honest with her. We've had an amazing relationship. And I will always love her, and I know she'll always love me. And I know that, like, as far as a family, like what we've built is really cool, and it's really special.
And apparently they've been self-isolating separately in two different places. And then, the story that she met Machine Gun Kelly on set somewhere, and there was pictures over the weekend of the two of them together in a car. So this is Brian Austin Green on that relationship.
You know, Megan and I have talked about him, and they're friends at this point, and I trust her judgment. She's always had really good judgment, and I don't want people to think that her or he are villains, or I was a victim in any way with any of this, because I wasn't.
Interesting, huh?
Just putting it all out there, huh?
Yeah. Sounds like they had an open relationship to me.
Do you think he told her, hey, I'm going to tell this story on the podcast? Prior to?
Do you think she told him, hey, I'm going to go grab coffee with Machine Gun Kelly?
She probably said, I'm going to go grab coffee, but not
you know what I mean?
With Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, right?
Damn.
That's tough. 3 kids, too. And they're young. I think their youngest is like 3 or something like that. That's tough. But she filed for divorce like a couple of years ago when she was pregnant.
I thought that they split up already.
She was pregnant when she filed for divorce, and then they got back together. But it's sort of been this way for a while with them. So is this at all surprising? No, I don't think it's overly surprising. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I tell it, don't blink, ride, leave it to the double thick thighs, switch sisters. Drop it down and wobble up, mommy booted up, she get down and gobble up, cause my money up, slide in the belly trucker, the rape trucker.
You look like you need an Advil.
I just can't. So anybody who doesn't know what Tekashi 6ix9ine is, I'm not going to go into explain it to you.
That's the song Gooba, by the way.
Yeah, and he's very upset because Gooba's not number 1. So Tekashi 6ix9ine is out of the joint, back on the charts, and very upset, and is now claiming that Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande purchased their way to number 1 on Billboard.
I want the world to know that Billboard is a lie. You can buy number 1s on Billboard. I want that to register in your head. Now let me tell you what happened. Last Thursday, Ariana Was Stuck With You submitted 60,000 units last second. With the investigation, we found this. They purchased half of those things with 6 credit cards. When we asked where was those 6 credit cards linked to, Billboard Billboard said we can't disclose that information. Billboard doesn't want no one to know this. Now I understand why Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj say Billboard, like we used to look up to number one, to Billboard, but now it's like we know you can, it's all manipulated, right? And it's not fair. I want you to see this.
Settle down.
Gooba streamed
Oh, yeah, he gets to do his streams.
50 million streams, and this is what they're counting only, 50 million streams, right? They only counted 31 million. Billboard illegally disqualified 20 million streams so it can drop down, and the people who bought the number one, which was Stuck With You, can go to number one.
Man, this guy just loves snitching, huh? Now you're just snitching on everybody.
Okay, my investigation. So,
what are Ariana and Bieber do to you, Tekashi?
Well, but dude, this is the thing, though. Do you remember all those videos? And we played them all not that long ago when Bieber was just like begging his fans to break rules.
Oh, yeah.
So we could get his song to number one, buy the song and delete it, use your parents' accounts, use your parents' credit card, like all that stuff, right? So it's not out of the world of possibility. But Ariana Grande responded with this. My fans bought the song. Justin's fans bought the song. Our fans bought the song. She goes on to say, to anybody that is displeased with their placement on the charts this week, or who is spending their time racking their brain thinking of the many ways as they can discredit a hardworking women, brackets, and only the women for some reason, because it is Justin's song as well. I ask you to take a moment to humble yourself. And then Scooter Braun jumped in after Bieber did and said, you never have to stand alone. Let's just be clear. Only domestic streams are counted on a domestic chart. If someone is counting their total global streams, they're not counting correctly. Also, we disclose our sales at the end of the week. That's called strategy. And then so Tekashi responded with this.
Video to address Ariana. I don't want you to think that I'm coming at you. Not saying that you're not talented, not saying that you can't sing. You're a beautiful singer. You just don't understand my pain. My frustration is from Billboard. I speak for the millions of kids that come from nothing, right? I want you to understand that I come from a different background than you, right? My mom used to collect cans, right? On the street. I used to bust tables, be a dishwasher.
Okay, so.
But what does that have to do with your streaming numbers?
Listen, I don't know, okay? I don't know. He's very upset, though. 6 credit cards.
Just to remind everybody, this is the song that he's upset over.
I tell her, don't ride, don't blink, ride, leave it to the double thick thighs, twin sisters. Drop it down and wobble up, mommy boot it up, shake it down and gobble up, cause my money up, slide in the belly trucker, the rave trucker.
Okay. I don't know what time it is, but I know it's too early for that. It could be, I'll tell you right now, it could be 11 p.m. It's too early for that. They did a poll on the most common nightmares, like the sort of reoccurring themes within nightmares. And I don't remember my dreams, so I can't take part in this conversation.
All the time.
Okay, so...
is cheating on there?
Yeah, being left by your significant other is actually number 10 on the list.
I've never had that happen to me in a dream.
In a dream? No?
Yeah, never.
Interesting. Yeah, it's number 10 on the list. Number 9 is you are dying.
Yes.
Number 8 is being visited by a deceased loved one or a ghost.
Yes.
Number 7 is someone you love is dying.
Yes.
Number 6 is you wake up late.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Number 5. Any ideas on the top 5, gentlemen?
Falling off a cliff.
Oh. Is drowning on there?
Drowning is not. Falling is number 2. Number 5 is being lost or trapped somewhere.
Yeah.
Running late for something.
Oh, what about flying?
No, flying. That's a nightmare.
What about the walls come alive and yell at you? That one I get all the time.
Well, being attacked is number 3.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Falling is number 2. And with 40%, the number one thing that reoccurs in nightmares, 40% is being chased.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, do you really? You get that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Where's cheating? I often dream of my husband with another man.
Well, being left by your significant other was number 10.
Oh, I missed that. Yes.
I said it right at the very beginning.
At the very
of this.
beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Is that the only thing you dream about? Is your husband leaving you and cheating on you?
More often than not.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious.
Well, but why does he cheat on you in your dreams?
Oh, because it's a much hotter guy.
Oh. Really? That's the only reason? Just, oh, God.
It's not like he discovered like your private browsing history or anything like that.
No, because
or he found like DMs on your phone.
It's just superficial. He found somebody.
And it's always the
hotter.
same thing. Like I walk in the room and he looks at me, goes, "Nothing to worry about here."
Oh, wow. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, that is a nightmare. Damn.
Looks like Grimes' mom is publicly slamming Elon Musk. So Elon had tweeted, take the red pill, which is in reference to people who change their political ideologies from liberal to conservative or classic liberal or whatever it is. Red pilled is the term used, and it's been associated with men's rights activists. And so he wrote, take the red pill. And then Grimes' mom wrote, if your partner went through a challenging pregnancy and childbirth in the last 2 weeks, and you're over 16 years old, would you be blaring men's rights activist BS on Twitter right now? And then, so in reference to red pill, Ivanka Trump tweeted, taken, to which one of the Matrix directors, who's, of course, the red pill, blue pill, that's where it all started, just simply wrote, F you both.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Grimes' mom not happy. Also, a lot of people want Elon Musk arrested because he opened up the Tesla factory in California when there is still shutdowns. You're not supposed to be doing that. So he's sort of thumbing his nose at all the rules, and then the kid and the emergency C-section and the dumb name. And so Grimes' mom not happy with Elon Musk.
He should be blaring Tekashi 6ix9ine instead.
Don't blink, ride, leave it to the double thick thighs, switch sisters.
Your eyes doing that twitchy thing again.
Don't push me.
My friends.
Don't push me. Doug Ford yesterday went full thug Ford. And rightfully so, when talking about the landlords who are not happy or not willing to help out with tenants who are having difficulty paying loans for their businesses. And this is Doug Ford yesterday.
I'm trying to avoid bringing down the hammer on these landlords. I want to make sure people work things out. Well, message to all these landlords: don't force my hand. Don't force my hand. Work things out, because I'm trying to compromise here. We're giving you 75% of what you're asking for. And like I said last week, nothing drives me more crazy than greedy landlords taking advantage of people and small business owners that are just trying to keep their head above water. So let's see what happens when the federal government rolls this out next week. Let's see how the landlords react. But again, I'm trying to be fair, but don't push me. These big landlords want to take advantage of small little companies and people that are struggling. I'm going to come down on them like they've never seen before. Cooperate. It's not going to be forever. It's going to be for a few months. Help people out. You have an obligation to do that as a landlord.
Oh, listen, you don't want to mess with Doug Ford.
No, I like the way that I like the way that he talks. I like that he's just so blunt. I like that about him.
But
I
calm.
really do. Yeah, no, I really do. I like it.
You picked up a huge W with that one, yes.
School's closed for the rest of the year. Yesterday was a real hard day for kids.
Yeah.
And so if you are a parent right now and you got a kid, try and lighten things up today. Maybe dial back on the Zoom school calls or something like that, or just give them something
Let
fun
them
to
watch
do.
Netflix all day.
Yeah, yesterday was tough. It was really hard, just because there was so much over the last couple of months of, dates that were thrown out there of possible return days for school, and then they came and went and got pushed, and so kids were really anticipating at some point going back.
Yeah.
But there's going to be no more school this year, and it's tough. There's a lot of kids that had a bad day yesterday. So for all of you out there, we hear you, man. It's tough.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Savita, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. So today's Ask Roz and Mocha question from you is what?
Which is the best sitcom from the 90s?
Oh, man. Let's see. Well, first of all, what, in your opinion, is the best sitcom from the 90s?
Okay, well, is The Simpsons considered a sitcom?
Yeah.
Okay. So between Friends and The Simpsons.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. I think that if you're going to say the best sitcom from the 90s, it has to be a show that started either very close to the 90s and ended very close to the 90s. Like if a show stopped, debuted in 93 and finished in 2000, I would still consider that to be a 90s sitcom. I don't consider The Simpsons to be a 90s sitcom.
Is it because it's still going?
No, because I think that most of The Simpsons, I think that you could argue that most of their greatest years have come post-90s.
So you can't say that one,
Sure.
Savita. So I guess your
Okay,
answer then is
then-
Friends, right?
Yes, but I also have Fresh Prince, which I can't decide.
Oh, okay. So my
So
answer...
those are my top two, I guess.
Yeah, my answer is definitely going to be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Really?
Yeah. I know that there were a ton of, other classics from the 90s, but when I think of sitcoms from that era, Fresh Prince is the first one that pops into my mind.
But what's the best, though? That's the question, is what's the best sitcom? Not what was your favorite sitcom from the 90s. What was the best sitcom from the 90s?
Seinfeld has to be everyone's number one.
Seinfeld has to be number one.
See, I would still choose Fresh Prince over Seinfeld.
Really?
Any day.
But
yeah.
in what categories, though, was Fresh Prince a superior sitcom?
I just like the comedy better.
No, but Roz
Like,
said not what you like. What
Seinfeld-
really is the best?
Well, for me, the best is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Because, Seinfeld still airs on many networks today.
But there's rules to this, though. Like there's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's rules of what is, superior to something else, where you can have your own personal taste, but when it comes down to it, a house made of brick is going to be better than a house made of paper. Right? Like you may prefer the house made of paper. It may be cool. Maybe your style. You like a nice draft, but it's not a better house. Right? Like Seinfeld
Okay,
was.
so then
Seinfeld
what's the
was
criteria? What's the criteria?
Well, what's the better show? What's the better sitcom?
I still say Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Wow.
See, because Seinfeld won more awards. Seinfeld had more accolades.
Yeah, I don't think that you can say anything other than Seinfeld. I really don't. Not even Friends.
It would be Seinfeld, then Friends, and then whatever else.
Yeah,
And Frasier? I would put Frasier in there.
I don't know. It's difficult because to me number one is a lock, which is Seinfeld. It's just legendary and everything. It influenced so many things. Even today, you still quote Seinfeld. Number two, I don't know if it's a lock that it's Friends. I don't know if
What would
Friends
be
is
above Friends?
Jeez.
Like Martin? Would you consider Martin?
No.
Saved by the Bell?
No, not
No, but Saved by the Bell, didn't that originate in the 80s?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. I mean, Seinfeld debuted in '89, but it had its big run in the '90s. Same thing with Family Matters was '89. Full House was '87 to '95.
Frasier?
I really do think that you could make the argument based on popularity, ratings, what people may consider to be great, because not necessarily, like, again, I may not think it's great, but if you put all the sort of factors into a show, I think that you could make the argument that Home Improvement would even be above Friends.
Ooh.
Wait, was Melrose Place in the 90s?
That's not a sitcom, though.
Home Improvement.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get into Home Improvement until like way late.
Yeah,
in that
but I'm
series.
just saying you could make the argument that Home Improvement was above Friends, because I think that Friends had some lean years. But what are you gonna
Roseanne?
Roseanne. Well, the Roseanne, I feel, had its major years in the. It was 1988. Yeah, Roseanne, I guess you could say, was a 90s sitcom. You could make the argument for Roseanne. Absolutely, you could make the argument for Roseanne.
Could you make the argument for Married with Children?
Oh, wow.
That was late 80s. That was like 87 to the mid 90s.
See, I think that Married with Children's best years, though, would have been in the 80s.
Okay.
I think that those first 3
so
years.
nothing after, like when they wrapped up in 97.
Yeah, like even Mad About You. God, Mad About You was good too, though.
I never got into that one.
When did that? Was that 90s?
92 to 99.
Okay,
yeah.
look, what about Frasier?
Frasier as well, but Frasier came after Cheers, right?
It was a spinoff.
So when was Frasier? 93 to 2004. Yeah, Frasier. I liked Frasier more than I liked Friends. I'll tell you that.
Really? Is it because the producer's name was Roz?
No, I just thought it was a better show because I really liked the Niles character. I liked that they took this character of Frasier, who was the sort of stuck up, neurotic, know-it-all jerk from Cheers, and they made him sort of likable and relatable by giving him his brother, who was exactly what Frasier was. Instead of going opposite, like you would think that they would have gone opposite for the brothers, but they just took the Frasier character and cranked it up to like 100, and then you got Niles, but then you got the dad, right? And
he was the sort of that common factor.
I really loved the dad character and the whole thing with, they lived in this beautiful condo and he still had that ugly old chair.
The chair, the armchair, yeah.
The armchair with the duct tape on it. I think that you can make the argument for Frasier. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think
so
you
can we all agree that Seinfeld's number one?
You guys can.
Yes.
No problem.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
You guys can.
Yeah. Also, I mean, it wasn't network, but it was definitely a sitcom, which was the Larry Sanders Show on HBO. That was all throughout the 90s, which to me, that's one of the greatest shows of all time.
Thank you, Savita.
Thanks.
All right, later.
Sex in the City. That was hilarious.
Yeah, but that didn't come out in the 90s.
Yeah, 98.
Okay, but that's not a sitcom of the 90s.
I'm just saying. What else do we got?
Are you getting so defensive over Sex in the City?
I know, so
gosh,
weird.
man.
Your love for Sex in the City is so. I loved News Radio a lot.
Oh my God, that was a great show.
Great show.
I love that one. Yeah.
That was only on for a couple of seasons, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What about Sister Sister? Did y'all ever watch that?
Yeah, I did watch Sister Sister. Yeah, I used to watch all those shows because there was just they were all the same, right?
Elf.
No, that was 80s.
Oh.
Did you guys ever watch Third Rock?
Yeah, I did. I really quite enjoyed Third Rock. I thought Third Rock was very smart.
I watched like one episode and I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it was never my thing.
Yeah, I really liked Third Rock. So I think that you could build a top 5 with Seinfeld, Frasier, Friends,
Roseanne.
I was never I was never the biggest Roseanne fan, so I wouldn't put Roseanne in my top 5.
But again, this is not about
But you can make the argument that it was a better show than other shows. And I think that once you start getting down past the top 3, then you can sort of get into sort of its impact on pop culture, and definitely Fresh Prince, would have had that impact, that sort of lasting impact. I think Fresh Prince has a much longer lasting impact than a show like Mad About You does. I agree. I think that you may remember Mad About You and think fondly of the episodes, but I think Fresh Prince has a much more sort of cultural impact. And when you think nostalgia, you definitely think Fresh Prince. So I think Fresh Prince definitely belongs in the top 5 as far as the best sitcoms. But way above for me, way above even something like Full House.
Lisa has a question that I feel like Maurie's going to answer and have an answer right away. Have you ever done a renovation to your house that you regretted?
I think that I'm glad that we did our bathroom renovation.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that we were more educated before going into it, to realize that there are...
The toilet doesn't belong on the ceiling?
No, but we had so many problems with it. And I know Roz is going to say, but you get that with contractors. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back, we spent way more than we should have on this, because every time somebody finds out how much we spent on the renovation, they're like, oh, that was way overpriced.
How much did you spend?
$16,000 on a small bathroom.
That's a lot.
See? And we had to call them back so many times because, they did stupid mistakes, like putting a wood wedge under the toilet, and you could see the wood wedge. And you're like, there shouldn't be a wood wedge. Why would there be a wood wedge? Like, wood wedges don't belong on
Yeah. Did you get a new vanity?
New vanity, new...
How much was the vanity?
I don't know the actual breakdown. I know that the glass for the shower was apparently the most expensive because glass is laser cut, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Is that the official term for it?
Yeah.
But I just know that when you look at the bathroom, it's a toilet, sink, vanity, shower. It shouldn't be that much money.
Well, it's tile.
Yeah.
And it's labor.
It looks great.
Okay, did you get a new mirror?
New mirror, yeah.
How much was the mirror?
That was separate. We paid for that ourselves off potterybarn.com.
Okay. Did you get a new light fixture?
No.
A couple $100.
No,
you didn't at all. Did you get a new toilet or the same toilet?
Same toilet, because we just bought a new toilet before the renovation, so they put the same toilet back in.
And how many square feet of tile did you need?
That's I don't know the answer to that. It's in paperwork somewhere.
How big's your bathroom?
Toilet, vanity, shower.
Oh, is that official numbers?
So
it's the toilet, vanity, shower size.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, hold on here. Let me just try to figure this out here. So like a small bath, and you don't have a shower, you don't have a tub. It's just shower stall.
Shower stall.
So you're paying mainly for your labor, but then how much, well, I guess you don't know how much you spend on your tile.
Even if you were paying high end here, let me just say, even if you were paying $15 a square foot for tile, which is very expensive tile, even if you were paying $15 a square foot, that's still only $3,200. on tile if you so let's say your bathroom is 8x8, which I don't even think it's 8x8. I think it's smaller than 8x8. And let's say you need 150 square feet of tile for the shower walls.
Sounds about right.
So even at $15 a square foot, you're only at $3,200 in tile. And the vanity was how much? Where did you buy your vanity from?
Pottery Barn. Oh, sorry. The mirrors from Pottery. Vanity they built. Like it was custom.
You got a custom made vanity?
Like we picked the wood and we picked the...
Why didn't you just buy a vanity?
Because this lady came over. She's the designer, and she
hired a designer for the bathroom.
It came with the whole company that does the bathroom. They're like a bathroom.
Is it a double?
thing.
Is it a one sink vanity or double sink vanity?
One sink vanity.
One sink vanity.
Now the sink's not attached
to a custom vanity.
Yeah.
So you had to buy the countertop separately.
The countertop goes into the shower. You see, so the glass. When the glass comes down and you have that little nubbin where all of the shampoo bottles rest, that's the same piece of vanity that goes into the actual vanity.
Now, did you ask?
Now, and I know at the time Roz said, "Don't do that if it cracks," but I have no voice when it comes to this.
Now, did you guys ask the designer if there was an option to just buy your own vanity and have them install it?
Oh, 1,000% you could have, but she sold it so well. Like, well, we can, fit it right perfectly. Blah, blah, blah.
You paid the contractor with all the markups on everything else, but you also paid a designer to do.
No, the contractor works for the company, and the designer works for the company.
But look at all the people you paid, though.
Right. It was all under that same umbrella.
Yeah. So if you're paying materials and you're paying labor and you're paying design, that's how you wind up paying $15,000
So going back to
for a
this
small
question
bathroom.
from Lisa is I would have maybe asked more people like you who does renovation and stuff going, how do you do this? You know what I mean? Like
What was the quote they gave you before the job?
12,000, and then it kept going up and up.
Why did it keep going up and up?
Because we needed to get a new fan for in there, so that cost more. The electrician or something. Yeah. The fixtures for the actual shower.
Did they have to remove or replace any pipes? Anything behind the wall?
They had to move a pipe for the toilet because they didn't like where it was positioned, so they moved that. And they changed. Oh, and then an entire year later, they had to rip tile out to replace all the plumbing for the whole building.
Right. I would say that a $4,000 increase on a $12,000 quote for a job for a small room is an excessive amount. I would say that $16,000 to remodel a bathroom that is single sink, no tub, shower stall. 2 pieces of glass?
Yes.
2 pieces of glass, and you didn't have to buy a toilet? $16,000 is an excessive amount of money for that.
Yeah. So that renovation, I regret. I love how it looks, but I would have gone a different direction.
I'll tell you this right now. So I just bought tile, right? Because I had to for the renovation. My bathroom is 6 by 10, right? With a full enclosed walk-in shower. That's the size of a tub only. It's just a shower, so that's all that tile. I got the tile for the laundry room floor, the laundry room backsplash wall, and the front entrance. And I got good tile. And my total tile bill was just under $4,000.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah. I was completely ripped off here.
Yeah,
completely.
You did. So you found this company? What, like you just started Googling companies?
Googling companies.
But this was like they sold themselves as an all in.
That's what it is.
You make
it's like
one phone call.
One phone call. We've got everybody.
We've got everybody.
For the plumbers, for the electrician, we make all the phone calls for you and we bring them down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
$16,000 for
no, but that
$16,000
you are paying to that company, but then some of that money is going to the electrician. Some of that money is going to your plumber, to the designer, to everyone else under the umbrella of Company X.
And I even bought the contractor pizza twice.
Oh my God! Why you have to feed them too?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a small bathroom. It's a lot of money for a small bathroom.
Yeah.
I would say if you paid 10, I'd be like, yeah, you can do $10,000. Yeah, absolutely $10,000. But not 16.
But we learned from this. It's like make more than one phone
with a
call.
shim under the toilet.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Like, dude.
Do you have any stories, Roz? Any renovations that you've regretted?
Oh, God. I mean, I got into a screaming match with a furnace guy one time.
Really?
Where I accused him of stealing, and then he told me to go F myself, and I told him to get the F out of my house. And
But you had a renovation once the floor was uneven or something.
Yeah, the floor's still uneven, and we renovated the basement, and the floor's still uneven because the site supervisor had a nervous breakdown on the job, and then the boss of the company came by to tell me that it was going to be somebody else that was going to be doing the floors, and it was I was having the floors done in my place, right, where I had to have framing work and cement work done in the place. And it was all going to be done on a Friday of a long weekend during World Cup.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you think that there was one guy on that job site, Italians and Portuguese, that was going to be sticking around to make sure the job was done right on a Friday of a long weekend in the summer during World Cup? Hell no.
Then the floor's a floor.
Exactly.
I got to go.
I still have, and I should take a picture of it because I left it there. So during the reno in my place, if you walk into my furnace room, on the wall, the unfinished wall inside the furnace room is still the torn out from the Toronto Sun schedule of World Cup games that these guys stuck in my basement. So they knew what day of the week they had to leave early.
That's amazing. Yo, you got to frame that.
Yeah.
Is this the same job where the guy had 2 Filet-O-Fish every day?
Yes. Yeah. And a coffee. That was his lunch. He would sit on my stoop, and I'd come home, and I'm like, man, I was like, I understand you gotta work, right? But I'm like, it was a large coffee, 2 Filet-O-Fish, and 2 McChicken, and
every day,
and a large coffee, and I would just come by, and I'm like, whoa, God, it was so nasty. Yeah. So no, it's not. But all renos go it doesn't matter who the contractor is. It doesn't matter even the cost of the job and whether they're above, the budget or below, whatever it is. You will always get to a point in a renovation where you want them the F out of your house and out of your life.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get along with them great. Every single job, at some point, you want them to get the F out of your house and out of your life. That's just the reality of it.
That's what happened in our last place because we did a reno there. And it was the day before we were to move in.
Yeah.
And they were still working. And Jenna and her mom and sister went to the house to drop off some boxes. And the contractor, was still there. And this is 10 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. And he was just starting to stain the steps. And she said to him, we're moving in here tomorrow. All of our stuff is coming here tomorrow. And there are still holes in the wall. Mm-hmm. The stairs aren't done. There's stuff that still need to be finished. How are we going to, we have nowhere to live. You understand, we have nowhere to live.
Yep.
And he said, well, I'm going to work through the night. And she said, well, no, because there's a lot more that needs to be done that one person can't handle in the span of 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then they got into it. I was still at the old place, still packing boxes and whatever. And they got into a screaming match. And then she kicked him out of the house.
Yeah.
Right? And then we had to call the owner of the company the next day.
Oh, God.
And say,
so much stress.
What do we do? Our stuff is arriving in 6-7 hours.
Yeah.
And we literally have nowhere to live now.
Mm-hmm.
So then they needed an extension of 2 weeks. And we had to go live with my mother-in-law.
The problem that you ran into and the problem that I've run into in the past is that they take these big jobs, these big money jobs where it's a full house reno, new kitchen, new everything else. The jobs always start out slow where you get one guy who comes and they do a little demo work and you got a bin in the front of your yard, everything else. And then it's gangbusters. Then it's all hands on deck, everybody coming in there. You're walking home, you're like, there's 8 guys here. You're texting your friends. Oh my God, this reno's crazy. It's awesome. There's 9 guys. But then what happens is they overlap jobs, right? So they've got all lined up another job that is just as big as your job, only bigger, and that job has to start. So all that crew gets moved over to that new job, and to finish your place is one guy.
Yeah.
And then so it's that guy who's there to sort of finish things up. And at the end of a job, that's why jobs stall. And that's why at the end of renovations, everybody's like, oh my God, it was the worst experience. Even though the worst experience was probably only the last 3 weeks or something like that. But it's because you just feel forgotten. You know, you feel
That's
that
exactly what
you
happened.
feel that they did 80% of the job and then went and took money from somebody else to go and do 80% of their job. But that's that world. That's how they all work.
So with us, ours was like a little bit the opposite, where day one,
Yeah.
it was a house full of trades.
Oh, amazing.
Right? They were all in
so
there, and
good.
we walked in, and like everyone was like happy and smiling and like working hard. And then I was like, wow, we got a great crew. Like we went to Tim Hortons and bought them like boxes of Timbits and coffee, and like, you know, guys, like here, this is for you guys. Enjoy, love the work that you're doing. And then like, you know, a couple days later, you start noticing less and less people in the place.
Yeah.
And then it's like one person in the house working on something. It's like, hey, where's everybody? And he's like, I don't know.
Or the worst is when somebody shows up at 10 and then they're gone by 1.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
I still need stuff done.
No, it's brutal.
But have you
They're
ever
no
done a
fun.
renovation to your house that you regretted? I would say like each of us have different things, kind of experiences with people or with trades that we would kind of deal with a little bit differently.
And I've learned for next time, right? I've been through this
Absolutely.
enough. I've been through this enough where I now have a pretty decent knowledge of the process of a renovation. I almost hired an architect to help me out with the design of the cottage, and then I found out how much that costs.
You're like, I'll just learn myself and do it myself.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I designed the whole thing on a computer. I drew up all the plans,
Good for you.
all the walls, everything else, and then I had to give those to somebody else to just sort of redraw and get them stamped. But I did all the drawings myself.
We were doing some work. I think it was in the backyard or whatever, and I downloaded like an app,
Yeah,
and I did the design of like what I wanted it to look like, right?
yeah.
But I got like all the proportions completely wrong.
Oh.
So here I am telling this guy, like, yeah, look at this. I would love for it to look like this, this, and this. And
Yeah.
he's like, are you planning on like maybe overtaking half of your neighbor's backyard? Because what you have here on these plans is way bigger than the property that you have.
So you're going to conquer now.
Yeah. I was like, you know what, bro? You just do your thing, and then like, we'll talk.
Yeah, that's
Dave
awesome.
B asks specifically for Maury, if you had to break one of Damnit Matthews' rules, which one would it be?
Oh, definitely no socks in bed. Like I would love to take my socks off once in a while in bed.
Yeah.
Especially in the summer.
What about just getting back into the bed?
Oh, that would be great.
Have you been back to the bed yet? Be honest.
I did over the weekend to have a nap.
Yeah.
No, like at night to sleep overnight.
Saturday night into Sunday night, just because I forced myself in.
Right.
Because here's the thing. The dog, Andy, was sleeping in the bedroom on the floor. So I'm like, well, why can't I just come in here? So
Wait a minute. How long has Andy, the dog, been sleeping in your
halfway through the night, he goes and pushes the door open and goes sleeps on the floor in the bedroom. And I wake up, I'm like, I'm the only one out here.
Because the purpose of
You're
you...
the dog.
the dog. So now on the weekend, when I noticed that, I'm like, well, F this. And I went into the bedroom. And
What
I'm
did
like,
Matthew say? Did he try to kick you out?
No, he was asleep. When he woke up in the morning, he's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I'm like, but he's on the floor.
Now, does the dog sleep on Matthew's side of the bed on the
Yes.
floor? Never on your side?
No,
And this is supposed to be
sleeps-
your dog. The
Yeah.
idea of getting a dog all came from you, right?
He only comes around to my side to scratch my face to tell me he has to go pee.
Right. Because, yeah, that's right. You're the walker.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you're the help.
So since getting the dog, you've had to sleep on the couch, and over the weekend, it was your first time back in the bed since you brought the
glorious.
dog home.
Yeah, it was glorious. And Matthew was like, don't get used to this.
Wow. So that relationship, huh? It's so
get used to
wild to
this.
me.
What about last
so
night?
wild.
Did you have to sleep in the bed or on the couch last night?
No, last night I was in the bed. Just because, again, the dog already went in and went to bed on Matthew's side of the bed. So I'm like, well, come on.
So is the dog permanently then? Like, or is this like
Matthew
every
whispers,
night?
he's like, Andy, time to go to bed, bedtime. And then I just follow both of them. And I'm like, okay, bedtime, let's go.
When's the last time you and Matthew went to bed at the same time? Like said, hey, you want to go to bed? Yeah, let's go to bed. We'll have a cuddle and then we'll fall asleep. When's the last time that happened?
Last summer vacation, I think.
Jesus.
Aaron asks,
crazy.
Okay, there's a puddle.
Okay.
Do you walk around it, over it, or through it?
Around it.
Depends.
Well, it depends on how big it is.
I would say depends on how big.
Yeah.
My instinct is to walk around the puddle.
Yeah.
Can I say why I don't jump over the puddle?
Yeah.
Because I...
Because of jiggle?
No. Oh, okay. Now I have two answers. I was going to say because I look
Makes
too...
sense.
Because I look too gay when I go over the puddle.
Oh, right, yes.
My
That's
gay
what
is
makes
showing.
you look gay?
But now I'd like to change my answer to the jiggle.
To jiggle, right. Yeah.
How do you jump over a puddle?
I do it like how you would actually expect it to be done. Like I kind of go like this.
Wow.
Like I do a ta-da.
Yeah.
Yeah, your right arm really flies up in the air.
You look like you're making your entrance onto the stage, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I will say that depending on a lot of things, if I'm familiar with the puddle, like if it's a puddle I know all the puddles in my neighborhood. I know how deep they are.
You know they disappear.
No, I know. But I know how much water pools in all the different places in my neighborhood where there could be water pooling. And so I sometimes, like if I have a pair of shoes that are like rubber all the way up, like a pair of boots or something like that, I will sometimes go through a puddle and just very slowly walk through the puddle to see if the water just hits the top of where the rubber is before it actually gets to my boot, right? Like I'll sometimes...
you play a game.
Yeah, I sometimes
It's
do
very
that,
risky.
right? Yeah. Other times I don't jump. I'll take big giant steps sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll see how far out I can extend my one leg to see if I can step over it. I'll do that. I quite enjoy puddle. I spend a lot of time thinking about how to manage the puddles in the neighborhood. So I don't have one way.
I only ever say walk around because I never know how deep a puddle may be.
Really, huh?
Because I don't want to take that chance.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case.
Well, can't you tell how deep it is just based on all the concrete around it?
No. Sometimes there's like a pothole under there.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Emily has this to say. Roz, as a fellow tall person,
yes,
do you find that when you wash your hands in the sink, in the public or at home, that there's always a backsplash and you end up getting water all over your shirt? I can't seem to avoid it. Very interested.
Interesting. I don't really notice that.
When you wash your hands, do you give it like a 1-2 shake before you reach for a paper towel or if there's a hand towel in there?
No.
Or do you wash and then immediately put your hand towards the towel?
See, I wash my hands, and I tried to teach Roxy to do this as well. And it might be from the majority of times that I am washing my hands is because I'm cooking.
Yeah.
But when I wash my hands, I don't put my hands like close to the faucet. I go deep into the sink when I wash my hands. Always, even at work, I'll put my hands down, like I'll get the water going because of the sensor, and then I put my hands down almost to the bottom of the sink.
Really?
To wash them. Yeah, I never go high up because that's how stuff splashes.
Right, sure.
And so, because it gets all over the counter that way. And so I always go, like even at home when I wash my hands, I turn the faucet on and then I put my hands right into the sink.
Close to the bottom.
Close to the bottom.
But then you have to hunch over, right?
No, because I'm so tall, right? Like it fits perfectly. Like that's perfect for me. All right?
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he has long arms.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's
Thanks, Maury. No, I couldn't tell.
So I always go to the bottom of the sink to wash, so there's no
so there
is no splash. Yeah.
Aaron asks if you could learn a skill from a master, as in they would teach you personally. Who and what skill would it be? Example, would it be like learning boxing from Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, but what do you do with that skill?
It would have to be a skill that you could then turn into something that
early retirement
you could use to your advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Down the
you
road.
the master of early retirement. I thought you were going to learn about that.
No.
Like you
That's an
could learn
interesting
from Frank
question.
Gehry about architecture.
But why would I? What am I going to do with that, though? I still have to go and get a degree and all this other stuff before somebody's going to allow me to design anything for them. No, I don't want.
Yeah, I would
want
need
that.
to learn.
It would have to be something quick.
I would need to learn how to turn money into more money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we all want more money.
It would be kind of cool to learn how to rob a bank.
Yeah, but then you have to rob a bank.
Would you want to learn how to rob a bank?
No, hey, no bad ideas in brainstorming.
That's not true. There's tons
but that's
of bad
terrible.
ideas.
So you're gonna walk into a TD bank?
Yeah.
Try to take all their money?
So what you would want to learn, like you would go find like the Hannibal Lecter of bank robbers and be like, how do I do it?
Like, it'd be cool to learn how to crack a safe.
But for what though?
Just so you could say, hey, I know how to crack a safe. No, but my answer was not that. I was trying to help Mocha how to make more money out of more money.
Oh, what's your answer?
My answer would be to learn how, from the masters of voice artists, how to do incredible voice work for movie trailers and stuff. Like, I'd love to learn from those masters.
But you're still only capable of your inherent, like, abilities, though, right?
But they could teach you how to approach an audition or help you workshop how to to read well.
You have the opportunity to have any master in the world teach you what they know, and you would use it to get somebody to help you land a toilet paper commercial on the radio.
But I love voice work so much, and your thing was, it's like, it should be something that you don't have to, like a master of something that you already know how to do, or that you don't have to go back to school to do something with.
Yeah, okay, I guess. But you already do that stuff. You already do that stuff. Now, are we saying that we would be as good as the person who taught us at the end of all this? Are we saying that?
I would say yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, hell. Interesting. That changes things then.
Like mixed martial artist? Would you
No.
want to learn from
somebody? Because I wouldn't want to get hit, right?
who's skilled at like Brazilian jiu-jitsu?
No, because you can make more money in golf.
Oh, true.
Right.
It's a very safe sport.
Yeah, you can
But
make.
you can make even more money if you learn how to do code for web.
No, you can't.
I'd rather rob a bank.
No, you can't. If I won the PGA Tour, Maury, I'm not going to make as much. I'm going to make more money than you if you were coding. It's just like
anything else.
No, but you could then create an app, I guess.
An app. I want to win the Masters and have Nike sponsor me. And you want to create an app. What you're not understanding more is that somebody can teach you how to code and create an app, but the idea of what is going to be successful still has to come from you.
I got it.
What?
Fishing.
Fishing.
Okay.
Like shrimp boating.
No, that's weird. No, cooking, though, I'd be fascinated if I could study under somebody who is incredibly skilled at cooking, where I would just then have that skill for my entire life, where I wouldn't even need to think about anything. I could just walk into any kitchen and just sort of go through what they have or walk through a grocery store.
Just make a meal.
And just put anything together that you wanted, like where there were no questions. I could cook every style. In every way. I would just love that. Baking, I don't know how to bake. All of that stuff I would love to do.
All joking aside, I just came up with mine.
Okay.
Dancing.
Who would you want to teach you?
Like a Magic Mike kind of dance thing.
Stripping.
No.
Okay, next question. Next question. Next question. Yeah.
Would you rather? This is from Robin. Would you rather clog the toilet on a first date or the first day of a new job?
Okay, back to stripping.
my pony.
Clog the toilet on a first date or the first day of a new job.
Well, but hold on. If you're on a first date, you go into the bathroom of the restaurant. How is that first date going to know it was
let's say
you?
you're back at their house, like in a Long Came Polly situation.
I would say
Definitely
first day of a new
work.
job.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree, because then you could just leave the bathroom and no one will know.
But I imagine that they're going to find out.
How?
So in both situations, no, you have to play along. In both situations, they are going to find out. Would you rather your new boss, find out that you were the one that is responsible for the toilet being out of service, or would you want your person that you're on a first date with to realize that you clogged their toilet?
My answer is still work.
Me too.
I see. I was going to say first date, because for a job, if it's a job that you actually like and you want to spend a lot of time there, then that's going to be the thing
Like
that
a
they
voiceover
always.
actor.
You have you have just no respect for relationships, huh? You automatically think that you're going to be at the job longer than you're going to be at the person you were just on a date with.
Let me finish.
You give no hope to relationships at all.
But at the work one, they're going to bring that up at every Christmas party.
Yeah, fair enough.
At Kiss925 is where you'll find Ask Roz and Mocha every week. Ask your questions. We'll try our best to get through as many as we can and get one of you to ask your question to us on the phone.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.